It's Leopards, it's Lions, it's Friday Night Football in Lorena.
You are listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices, that's Syntex Pond. And by Billy Kelly, CPA, and the Dutton Harris Company CPAs, PLLC, focused on meeting the needs of small and independent businesses. By Williams Contracting, LLC, specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. By Walk-In Tubs of Texas, for safety, for therapy, for pleasure. By Toby's Autos, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. By Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service. Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, service you deserve from neighbors you trust. And by the Joe Pack Player of the Game Award, sponsored by Billy Rutherford in honor of his late friend and teammate, Joe Pack. More Lorena Leopards football right after this.
Welcome back into Lorena, Texas, here at Leopard Field. David Gibson. We are excited that it's homecoming this week, and we have a great pregame show in store for you. Had a chance to visit with Coach Ray Biles this week and talked a lot about the game at Lampasas. I want you to know that off interview, Coach mentioned to me that this was one of the top 5 wins that he can remember in terms of just sheer excitement and so proud of his team. And what a football game by the Leopards last week at Lampasas. We'll also have some comments about Teague this evening, and then Jared Brown and I will be with you, and we'll bring you the national anthem and the kickoff here in Lorena, Texas. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and throw it over to Coach Biles' interview. We're joined now with head coach of Lorena Leopards, head coach Ray Biles. Coach, it's good to be with you, and obviously looking back on the Lampasas game, a lot to talk about. Maybe just give us your initial thoughts, and then we have a few questions about the things that happened inside the game.
Sure. Well, I thought we got off to another slow start, which wasn't good for us. Our first 3 possessions were 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and their first 2 possessions were 14 points. Mm-hmm. So, we kind of dug a hole at the beginning. But from that point on, I was very proud of the way the kids, got up out of the dirt and swung and fought and got after it. And, you're playing the number 7 4A Division I team in the state at their house, and they're owing you by 14 points. And I've been around a lot of teams that would have just said, well, next week's a new week, we'll fix it next week. But, these kids didn't do that. They hung in there and they fought and dug out of a hole, gave themselves a chance at halftime. We went in at halftime, talked about what we needed to do, and they came out and executed, very well offensively. I thought we did a great job in the third quarter of keeping the ball away from Lampasas. Prolific offense, they can go. So then, got into the fourth quarter. It's a 2-possession ball game. We score. Defense gets a hold. We score again. Now they're down by 1, and you can sense the pressures on the other side of the stadium now.
Yeah.
They went down and kicked the field goal with 4 minutes left, I guess, and our kids answered. Went down and kicked the field goal with 49 seconds left and held on at the end. So, I believe kids learn how to win. And, when you learn how to win a ball game like that against a good football team, it wasn't a slap football team, it was a good football team. When you learn how to win games against good people, then, the expectation is we're going to go do this again. And then you also have that feeling that we're never out of a ball game, regardless of the score. So just keep, get up, like I said, keep a good focus on what we're trying to do and keep swinging, and let's see what happens. And I thought that was huge, just the effort that we got, especially in the fourth quarter, to come, score 17 points against the number 7 team in the state in their yard in the fourth quarter was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. More with head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show right after this. Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-In Tubs of Texas. We now rejoin head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show. You see, y'all were making them work a little bit. I don't know if that was a bend, don't break kind of philosophy. It seemed like they earned they had to earn it to do a lot of plays, but it was a big interception by Zane that seemed to kind of help number one, stop their momentum, and number two, really kind of maybe give you guys a little bit of hope.
It did, and that turned around. I think we ended up scoring off that turnover. The thing about my passes, when you look at them, they pass the eye test. They've got two kids that are 6'6", 6'7", in the offensive line, over 300 pounds, and they're bigger than the Detroit Lions. So I mean, it's one of those situations where they have two good backs. Both those kids could run well. The quarterback, 60 touchdown passes on the career, 6,000 yards. I mean, you go all the way across the board. They had really three legit receivers. Yeah. So our biggest concern was, how do you slow these guys down? One of the things we felt we had to be able to do was keep the ball away from them and keep the ball on offense. I thought in the second half we did a much better job. But, I mean, still, as you break down the game, they had 77 snaps. We had 43. So they had almost double the number of snaps we had. So, our defense is going to have to do a better job of getting off the field. When we have that opportunity, let's get off the field. I don't care if it's, like I said, a pick or a fumble recovery. And we did knock the ball loose a couple of times and stopped a couple of drives with some takeaways, which is huge. You've got to be able to do things like that to win games consistently. Shorten the field for us on offense. We don't have to drive the length of the field and turn that momentum around.
Yeah. Is there so obviously, like you mentioned before, that there's a big difference between between the way the first half has gone in a couple of games and the second half. Is there something that's happening at halftime, or what do you attribute that to? That second half hitting it all cylinders.
I don't know. I'm just glad we're doing it. Honestly, the first ball game is 35-7 at the half. Right. You're in there playing for pride and character. And I told our guys at that time, I said, we will learn a lot about this football team, because I said, you're down 35-7. We're going to find out what we're made out of. Mm-hmm. And they came back and we scored a couple and held them to one score. And, at least hypothetically, we're not into moral victories, but, we thought our kids played the last two quarters. The ball game played well, played hard. Then the Franklin game, I thought the kids did a tremendous job all night long, start to finish. It was 42-7 at the end of the third quarter, and for practical purposes, it's over. And we got off to a good start. Last week we struggled early, did not get out of the gate fast. They did, and then we had to play catch up the rest of the night. But again, we make some minor adjustments at halftime, but. Honestly, the big charge last Friday night at halftime was just not, what we're doing, it's how we're doing it, and we got to lock it up and we got to make it work now, because the things are there that we're trying to do, we're just not executing. So, we cleaned up some things, and fortunately we didn't change a whole lot, but we just made some big plays, got the momentum back around our side of the field, and held on at the end.
More with head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show right after this. Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today. We now rejoin head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show. Speaking of a big play, the sack midair fumble recovery, incredible play. You guys go for the jugular on the very next play and land it with A.J. Graham in the end zone. Is that a philosophy when you to immediately go for it like that, or is that just it seems like that's happened a few times?
There are times when you do that. You take a shot, and when you've got a quick change, their defense, some of those kids may have been over drinking Gatorade or doing, and all of a sudden they've got to run back out and get their head screwed in on what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad time to take a shot. We were down there in the field close enough to be able to get in the end zone, so that's just Coach Hoppin, has those things, and if he feels good about them, I'm not the one that's going to tell him no. So, he says, let's take a shot. I said, take a shot. Let's see what happens. Yeah. But, we were fortunate. AJ made a great catch on that.
Bradley and Ty had a special connection that night. I believe
Ty was 8 for 257 and 3 TDs. When that kind of thing starts happening, and we didn't feel like you could stop it, that they could stop it. Do y'all start calling those plays? Is that just a thing where Bradley's looking for them because they're hot? What's that look like?
Well, I mean, some of our things are designed specifically for people, but the majority of it is, take what they give us. And quite honestly, they were playing 7 guys in the box, no free safety, 0 coverage, and it's a one-on-one all the way across the board. We got 4 wideouts. Yeah. And then several occasions we would walk one of the backs out. We'd have 5 guys and no back, and they were trying to get us before we got them. They were bringing heat, and they got us a couple of times, and then we burned them several times. But Ty Moore, one-on-one in the open field with a lot of grass, that's a lot of. That's a lot to ask for a secondary guy. And I think he scored 3 touchdowns on 3 different DBs. I don't think it was the same kid all night. So they made some adjustments trying to find somebody to cover him, but. It's just one of those nights, where they were clicking and Bradley got rid of the ball, put it where he needed to put it, and Ty was, made some great catches and great runs after the catch too. Where he made a lot of yards after he pulled the ball down.
Right. More with head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show right after this. The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Dawn, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in the car business. Toby's Auto Sales. We now rejoin head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show. So you brought up the point that they were bringing a lot of heat. Week 1 against China Spring, that was a major issue. Is that an improvement in the offensive line? Is it Bradley getting rid of the ball quicker? What is that?
Combination of a lot of things. One of it is the route system that we're using. We're getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker from that. But the second thing is we simplified some of our schemes. That's a great thing about playing a good schedule in non-district. You get exposed. And we may think our kids can do this, and we may want our kids to do this, but can our kids do that or not? And if they don't, then as coaches, we got to figure out, okay, if this is going to work, how are we going to get this done? And so, Kevin Johnson, John Carpenter, our 2 O-line coaches, Coach Hoffman again, had a lot of discussions about what can our kids do. And we've got some schemes now we feel very comfortable with. The kids feel comfortable. It doesn't matter what we feel like. Right. But if the kids feel like, hey, we can execute, we can do this, then we're okay. And then now all of a sudden, your quarterback has confidence that he's not going to be throwing from, the grass all night and sitting on his pants and everything else. So, and I think once Bradley gets confident, has time, you don't want to give Bradley Lina too much time out there.
Seems to get in a rhythm.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it's coming down to the end of the game. Just incredible second half, especially fourth quarter. Coming down to the end of the game, you guys hit the big pass to Ty to get down there, and then decide. It looks like at some point, you took a shot or two, I think, getting down the field at the end zone, and then you basically decided. I want to know if you decided to run Bradley towards the sideline and get on that hash. Was there a decision there about which he preferred? I mean, what was it about that third down?
No, actually, he got flushed. I mean, he got run out of the pocket, and but again, senior quarterback with 3 years under his belt, he knew take what you can get and get out of bounds. He was already inside his range anyway, so it didn't really matter, and there was no wind, so to speak of. In a perfect world, if we'd have stayed inbounds and let that clock, if they were out of timeouts, and let that clock run down, a little bit more, then it might not have been quite as exciting at the end of the ball game. But we kept everybody buying popcorn up to the last second. So, no, it didn't turn out that way. It just, Bradley got flushed, he got out of bounds, which that's part of our 2-minute drill. We understand what stops the clock, and he did a good job of executing.
Yeah, good.
Don't get sacked. Number one thing,
right? Good decision making, right?
Get rid of the ball. And stop the clock, or take what you can get and stop the clock. And he did that.
More with head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show right after this.
With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams Contracting, LLC are general and restoration contractors specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. Contact Mark Williams at 254-301-2752 with your next remodeling needs. Williams Contracting, LLC. That's 254-301-2752. We now rejoin head coach Ray Biles on the Syntex Pond pregame show. Well, let's turn our attention the week ahead to Teague, a team that looks like they typically have athletes. What are you looking for this week?
Yeah, nothing's changed there. They got some really good ball players. They're a young football team, much like we are. I mean, we got quite a bit of inexperienced stuff started at the beginning of the year. Now this is our fourth ball game, so I told the kids a couple of ball games ago that's over. We're through with that inexperienced stuff. But it does, when you're playing kids that have had only Thursday night experience, and it takes them a while to catch up with the game. They had an off week last week, so they've had an extra week to prepare for us, and it'll be interesting. Anytime somebody has 14 days to get ready for you, you always wonder what changes and adjustments will they make, whether it's scheme, personnel, the way they're going to do. We may see an entire different defense out there than what we've worked on all week. So you kind of, you're going to go out and feel it out and see what's going on from there. But once you settle and we say, okay, this is yes or no or maybe, then once we get locked into what they're doing or what they're trying to do, then we'll pick our points of attack. But it's got a good football team. Coach Osborne does a good job with that program over there. They've got, like I said, some young kids, but they're playing hard, and they play a tough schedule. They played Mahan, they played Malakoff, and Malakoff's one of the top 3A teams in the state. So they played a tough two opening ball games, and again, their kids showed an awful lot of grit to me because they kept fighting all the way through it. And one of them was pretty lopsided, but they kept it coming. So I expect a good ball game out here and good effort from them on Friday night. Joko Green, he's a senior, plays linebacker.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-in Tubs of Texas.
Welcome back into Leopard Field here in Lorena, Texas. We are home for homecoming. And Leopards have just made their exit from the tunnel. The fight song is played, and we are time for the national anthem, so we'll step aside while they play.
Thank you. And remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. This evening, our flag ceremony is presented by officers of the Lorena FFA chapter and the national anthem performed by the Lorena High School Band.
And that's the Lorena Fighting Marching Band playing the national anthem. We got about a minute and a half here before the game. I want to go ahead and introduce our analyst this evening, my good friend Jared Brown. And Jared, thanks for joining us this evening.
Glad to be here, David. I had the privilege of serving Coach Biles and his staff for 14 years as his video coordinator in the really the early to mid 2000s, and so super excited to be back here tonight to help you out.
You've seen a lot of homecomings then, Jerry. As we wait on the captains to come out and have the toss of the coin, tell us a little bit about what it means here in Lorena for homecoming.
Over the last several years, it's become a huge community thing. Lorena has always been about community, a sense of family, and so this week, almost every day in each of the schools, there's special activities going on. Of course, we talked a little bit earlier. Wednesday night, they had a huge homecoming parade throughout the city with several floats and trailers pulling all kinds of kids, all the future Lorena football players playing the youth flag football, middle school volleyball and football team, so it's really a special time. And then today it all culminated this morning with a community-wide pep rally right here in the stadium at Leopard Field, and so just a super time to be a Leopard fan, and great night to be in Lorena for some high school football.
We do have the toss of the coin, and it looks like Lorena might have won the toss. Lorena has won the toss. They do elect to defer. And we'll wait and see, and I would expect Teague to go ahead and receive. Lots of wind here tonight. Very, very strong wind this evening. Should definitely have an impact on the game.
Right, David. I mean, you mentioned when we heard Coach Biles' pregame comments about last week in Lampasas, there was no wind. Tonight, I'd say that the flags are blowing out straight, gusting maybe to 30, 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it'll be interesting to see, Jared, if teams have a different offensive philosophy using the wind versus going into the wind. But, guys, we are just moments away from the fourth football game of the year. Very quickly, Jerry, what a game last week. The Leopards are 2-1 over beating that great Lampasas team.
That's right. Coach Biles talked about the youth of his team this year. Well, I think a lot of those kids really grew up and understand now what it means to play on Friday night under the Friday night lights. Huge comeback win against a great Lampasas team in the fourth quarter. I think really kind of gives them a huge bit of momentum coming into this week in preparation for the 8-4A Division II schedule, which is anything but easy.
Right, lots of tough teams this year. Robinson appears to be up. Of course, Connolly is up. The Leopards are coming onto the field, and we are about to get underway. The Leopards will be kicking with the wind here in the first quarter. As you might expect, fans at home, with being homecoming, lots of color, lots of flags flying here on the near side. The band is up. The Lorena Legacy is swaying back and forth to the beat. You've got some orange-clad fans on the far sideline, on the far bleachers, and we are about to get underway as Ty Moore sets the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. I would fully expect this ball to leave the end zone, given that he's kicking with the wind. Ty checks with his team. Raises his hand now, approaches the ball. Swings his leg, kicks it on the way, and it is going to be well out of the back of the end zone. In fact, it will land a good 10 yards beyond the boundary there. Lots of wind, Jared. We got a real good look at the wind right there.
Yeah, I mean, he put it through the uprights with a good 6 to 7 yards to spare. So kicking could be a very important factor tonight. If you can force a team to punt deep in their own end zone, I think that's the south end zone. Make them punt into that wind, could really set up some good field position going forward.
Fans, while Teague comes out on the field, just want to remind you that all the games this season brought to us by our sponsors in the Lorena community, Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond being our lead sponsor, but we have a terrific collection of individuals who have stepped up to bring you this season. So for Teague, the quarterback this evening is Jarrett Bodine. He's back. Hands it off to Jellicoe. Up the middle, got a lot of momentum. He's a big fella. He's already got a first down across the 35. Still on his feet across the 40. A big mad scrum in the middle of the field. And finally, the Leopards bring him down at the 40. They're going to say just outside the 45-yard line, I believe. Wow, Jared.
Joko Green's a grown man. Yeah, he's as big as any Lorena defensive lineman. He got through the hole, broke some tackles, and then behind the push of the Teague offensive line just kept moving and moving and moving.
Coach mentioned in the pregame show how important it would be to hit him early. The last thing you want to do is let that amount of mass get some momentum. So it's Bodine and Green again in the backfield. Got a feeling we're going to see that a lot this evening. It is Green again. He's looking for room. He's got some across the 50. Hits the Leopard, bounces backwards, and then the entire Leopard team tackles him at the 50-yard line. So that's a pickup of 5 for number 7, Jellicoe Green. I don't know who you would credit for the tackle there, about the whole team.
Everybody.
11:06 remaining on the Gail Kelly Scoreboard, sponsored to you by Billy Kelly CPA. No score as the Teague Lions receive the first kick and now have the ball. Second down and 4. They need the Lorena 45 for the first down. Bodine has it. Gives it to Green for the third consecutive time. He's inside the 46-yard line, just short of the first down, and that should bring up a third down and a half yard, if that. Well, and then actually they're going to go ahead and say the nose of the football is on the 45-yard line, so first down. What do you see so far, Jared?
Well, a lot of running. If it's any indication, looking at their stats from Bahia, they ran for 229 yards, only passed for 15. So I think we're going to see a lot of ground and pound tonight with Jalco Green and also Namir Herod.
2 wide receivers to the near side. The ball's right on the 45-yard line. Bodine, the quarterback, stands at his 50 with Jellicoe Green to his left. Fakes it to him this time. Throw out pass caught to 40. 35. Ran out of bounds inside the 30-yard line, about the 29. And that was...
I believe that was tight end Ty Abram on the catch. And that's one of the things when you start off with a strong running game, it can open up the play-action pass. That's exactly what they did there. Faked the zone read and had the tight end dragging across the middle.
So another first down for the Lions as they have their first pass of the football game and show that this is going to be about power football tonight. 9:47 now as Teague has the ball inside the Lorena 30 at the 29. Bodine says something to Green in the backfield, now turns. Snap pass out in the flat. It's incomplete. And that'll bring up second down to 10.
Yeah, good job there by the secondary stepping up, busting up the pass play. They're really going to need to take advantage of any opportunity that ball's in the air, try to either get an interception or knock it down to set up some second and long, third and long, forcing Teague to pass, which will only help the Lorena secondary and the defense overall.
Brylan Jackson, the receiver on the near side. Green and Bodine in the backfield. 2 wide receivers split left, 1 in the slot. Bodine has it, gives it to Green. Inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line, and actually that's Namir Herod, number 11 in the backfield.
Yeah, great job by the linebackers.
That'll bring up third down and 10. So finally, Jerry, we don't have them behind the chains, but we've got them certainly in a longer situation than they've had thus far. So
yeah, look for Callan Weaver, Kason Pitts to really step up into that box and stop the run, and then if need be, you've got guys like Sir John Strain and Julius Salazar over the top to
Man
protect
comes
that
in
long
motion
pass.
to the far side. Bodine's going to keep it rolling. Throws the ball. Floater downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Julius Salazar. He breaks up the pass, though, and it's 4th down and 10. So Teague's going to have a decision to make here, Jared.
Yeah, I mean, you're going into the wind. From where the ball's spotted right now, you're looking at about a 46 to 47-yard field goal. I don't know too many Class 3 or Class 4A kickers that have got that kind of range into the wind. So it's going to more than likely come down to having to go for it and seeing if you can just play a field position game here.
There's a lot of college kickers that don't have that kind of leg. This is a tough win tonight. So we do have Jellicoe Green offset to the left of Bodine in the backfield. Jarrett Bodine, he waits on the snap. He has it, looking to throw, looking down the middle of the field. Lofts the ball down there, has a man. It is caught for the touchdown.
Yeah, just a simple post route by number 1, Drew Satterwhite. Had single coverage on the outside and just cut in, ran the post route, and in for the touchdown.
Well, you know, I'm sure about the last thing the coaches wanted is to give a team like Teague the hope here early, and they go right into the teeth of the wind and down the middle of the field and score the touchdown here to open the game.
Yeah, Coach Biles talked about not wanting to start slow, but so far the defense is off to a slow start.
There is a little bit, of course, a feeling out of the game by the coaches. Snap is back, the kick is on the way, and it is good. Yeah, interesting situation right there. I tell you what, let's go ahead and take it to a commercial break. With 8:45 remaining on the first quarter, Lorena now trails 7-0 to Teague, who takes the opening kick and goes downfield. We'll be right back. You're listening to Lorena Leopards football with Syntex Pond on CTSN.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
Welcome back into Leopard Field, where the Teague Lions have just taken the opening kickoff and run it 75 yards. I said run it. They practically did, but the decisive play was a touchdown, Jared. Lorena down 7-0 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, not necessarily the way you want to start off a ball game, but now you know what you've got in front of you. You got the win at your backs. Now you want to take the kickoff, try to get something positive, and get the offense started on the right foot.
Ty Moore back to receive the kick. Going to be an onside kick, and it looks like Teague may have it. Their players think they do. Do we have a signal yet? And I believe that Teague has recovered it. So Teague coming out aggressive. They have recovered the ball at the 46-yard line, and that's a big play in this football game.
Right. I mean, when you start off the season 0-2, you're having some struggles, a very young team. Why not try something unconventional, come out, surprise the Leopards on special teams? Now you got the ball back, looking to go down and score again.
Well, and to your point, this is also non-district, so really nothing to lose. I mean, this is if there's ever an opportunity to try that, it's right now. 8:43 as the Teague Lions have just recovered an onside kick. They have great field position at the Lorena 46. Bodine hands it off, and the play is stopped. The flag falls, and I believe we're going to have offsides, or illegal procedure.
It looks like a false start on the Lions, back them up 5 yards. And really, it's going to be up to this Lorena defense and Coach Donnie Snodgrass, who really likes to play an opportunistic style of defense where they can attack when they need to attack, get a big turnover, and really get a lot of guys to the football so that no one man is left on an island trying to do it all by himself.
So 2 wide receivers in the back, to the right. There's 2 backs in the backfield, and up back, and I believe that's Green. No, that's not Green. That's the other running back. He's going to be hit, and his helmet comes off. He's going to actually have no gain. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, Namir Harrod on that carry, David. It looks like he did lose his helmet, so he'll have to come out for one play. Great job of the Lorena defensive line. Anson Ariano, Tyler Sparks, and Taylor McCown really plugging those gaps, allowing the linebackers to step up into the hole and make the tackle.
So anytime you start the football game, there's going to be a feeling out process for the defense of the opposing offense, and I wouldn't at all be surprised to see Lorena begin to shut down this interior run game. No backs in the backfield this time. Man goes in motion. They're going to give it to him. He's got the 50. Going to breast across inside the 45-yard line down to the 44. I believe that was Jellicoe Green.
That was Green, and I think what you're going to see is the Teague offensive coaches trying to find a way to get Green and Harrod both the ball through a lot of different formations, whether it's lining them up in the backfield, lining them up as slot backs and taking those jet sweeps. However they can get the ball in the hands of those dynamic playmakers tonight.
Quarterback Jarrett Bodine is back there, and it is Green. Bodine has it. A little bit of motion, but no flag. Rolling to his right, looking downfield, has a pass caught. Going to be immediately tackled at the 42-yard line for a gain of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down and about 6.
It's a great job by Callan Weaver stepping up, recognizing the play. Looked like it almost started out as a screen pass that got blown up, but Weaver stepped up, found his man, made a solid tackle to bring him down for a minimal gain. Like I said, bringing up 4th down and about 6 or 7.
Luke Stacks leaves the field as Ty Abram comes in. So they're going to go for it. It's 4th down and 6. 7:02 remaining in the first quarter. Teague already finds himself up 7-0. Pressure from the left. Quarterback steps up, throws it downfield. It's going to be incomplete, and the Leopards with a big stop. I want to remind you all stops this season brought to you by Walk-In Tubs of Texas. Jared, that's a big play now.
Absolutely. We talked about earlier about the opportunistic style of defense with Coach Snodgrass. He likes to be aggressive. He brought pressure with Callan Weaver on the blitz. Surprised Bodine, who had to make an errant throw. Incomplete. Leopards offense takes over. Looking to make something happen here tonight.
So Bradley Lina gets his first crack at it tonight after Teague started off the game with the ball and then recovered an onside kick. Here we go. Lina gives it off to Brim. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about a yard or 2. They're going to say 2 up to the 44. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, I tried running behind Chris Baker and Kylan Bernardi there on the left side, and they're hurrying up.
Lorena with some tempos. That's Lina and Brim once again. 2 wide receivers left. Snap pass caught by Ty. Slips a tackle. 45. Look out. 35, 30, 25, 20. It's a battle of strength. He jumps across one man, dives into the end zone. The ball comes out at the end. We'll wait and see what the official rules. Could be a touchback, Jared.
This could be real close. He did look like he stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It looks like that's what they're going to call. Big break for Lorena as that ball did pop out, but was out of bounds before crossing the goal line. Looking at 1st and goal for Lorena, and what can you say? Line it to Moore.
Yep, exactly. That tough running by Moore, he is just not going to be brought down easily. Lina sends Moore in motion now to the far side. He hands it off to Brim up the middle. He will bounce his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Lorena Leopards.
Yep, just the good old zone read to Brim over the left side, over the big hogs, in for the touchdown.
Want to remind you guys at home that all touchdowns this season brought to you by Williams Contracting, specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. Sam Ives and Ty Moore on to kick the extra point as the Leopards are looking to tie it up with 6:21 remaining in the first quarter. Ives waiting on the snap, puts it down on the tee. Moore swings his leg, and it is good. And that's interesting, actually, Jared, because that's a switch. Normally Bradley Line is kicking those extra points.
Right, and could just be something to give Ty Moore some opportunity to kick tonight. Maybe save him just to help keep his energy since he's running the Leopard offense. But, yeah, Moore back there to put it up and through the uprights.
All right, so we'll go ahead and take a very quick commercial break. 6:21 remaining in the first quarter. Your Lorena Leopards are tied up at 7-all here at Leopard Field. Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-in Tubs of Texas. Welcome back into Leopard Field. 6:21 remaining in the first quarter. Ty Moore approaches the ball and kicks a end-over-end kick that will be fielded inside the 5. Up across the 5, now the 10 in the middle of the field. 15 to the far side. Across the 20, and it'll be dragged down around the 21-yard line, and that's where Teague will take over from there.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't quite get his foot all the way into that, but it worked out better for the Leopards as Teague returner caught the ball at the 2, was only able to get it back out to about the 21, 22-yard line.
Oh, we actually have a flag down on the play against Teague, so that'll march him backwards even more. So you're right. You know, an interesting thought there. A net loss essentially of 4. So by letting the runner run it and not get to the 25, that's an advantage for Lorena there.
And you'll see that a lot with these really windy games where the kicker will try to put as much air underneath the ball, get it as high as he can, allow the kickoff team to run down there and make the play.
6:13 remaining in the first quarter here on the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football. Your Leopards overcame a lot of momentum here early in the first quarter. Teague got the ball and marched right down the teeth of the wind and the Leopard defense to score, then recovered an onside kick. But the Leopards held and went down behind the pass of Lina to Ty Moore to get close and then punch it in. Bodon's the quarterback, gives it off. I believe that is Herod. He's trying to get outside, pushed at the 10, out across the 15, up back across the 11-yard line, and that looks like a pickup of about 8.
Yeah, big play right there by Cade Walker. Saw Herod coming around the end, didn't necessarily try to run up and make the tackle, but just didn't break containment, stayed home, and allowed the rest of the defense to come and help him make the tackle.
Cade Walker, number 6 for the Leopards, to help out Ben there on stats. Jared Bodine is motioning to his wide receiver to go to the other side, and he refuses. Bodine stands at his 18-yard line, and looks like we have a flag. False start against Teague. So Teague, their own worst enemy right now.
Yeah, you're going the wrong direction at this point. When you're in the wind, it's not what you want to do is beat yourself. Something the Leopards are traditionally good at is not beating themselves. So look for the defense to be sound here and just try to keep everything in front of them and limit them to the least amount of yardage possible.
So Bodine is communicating to Green. Lorena showing some pressure now, backs off. They give it to Green. He's running left. Up the left hash. Gets across the 20, and that Leopard defense is there to meet him at about the 23-yard line. They'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Or is it 2nd down and 10?
No, yeah, it should be 2nd down and 10.
Okay.
Tyler Sparks getting in there. Taylor McCown getting in there. A lot of these guys fighting gang tackling, which is a staple of a Leopard defense.
So Bodine, the quarterback, gets the call from the sideline. He's got Green behind him this time. Offset, but behind him. Not quite a pistol formation. Bodine claps for the snap. He gives it off to Green, who's across the 25-yard line. He is fighting his way forward. Very hard. Met and pushed backwards.
Yeah, we do have a flag down. I think there could have been some movement on the Teague offensive line.
What a fight shown right there by Cade Walker. Cade Walker's got to be giving away 75 pounds to Green, and he managed to stand him up and push him backwards. Flag against Teague.
Yeah, it was a penalty. It looked like their left tackle started to move a little bit early. Not sure if you want to decline the penalty here or push him back if it's only a 5-yard penalty.
They are going to take the penalty, and it's going to march him backwards to the... Waiting on the official to put the ball down. Right about the 18-yard line now, so that'll bring up 2nd down and looks like about 15. 2nd and 15. The ball spotted at the 18-yard line. So here we go. Tight formation for Teague. Everybody inside the hash. Green is offset right. The Bodine. Bodine claps, has it, rolling to the near side, looks downfield. Under a lot of pressure will throw, and it is nearly intercepted, but incomplete. And once again, that is Cade Walker. He's all over the field tonight.
Right, David, and I just realized this in looking down at the Lorena defense. Don't know, obviously we didn't get any word about what happened, but the one player out there that we've yet to see take a snap tonight is Zane Grimm.
So do we see Zane on the sideline?
He is standing on the sideline, but he does not have a helmet in his hand.
Well, that's certainly worth noting for sure. 4:25 here in the first quarter. Fake snap pass going to be caught in the middle on the screen, going to be wrestled backwards and tackled for a loss. That's Tyler Sparks, and number 42 on the play for Lorena, Callan Weaver.
Yeah, big time recognizing the screen. As those linemen release them, they stop. I'm sure you could, if we were outside, you'd hear them all yelling screen. They turn around, find their guy, wait for the catch, and then make the tackle. Great job by the Lorena defense.
So that will bring up a certain punting situation, but it brings up an interesting punting situation as Teague, deep in their own territory, is sure to be handing Lorena a pretty good field position, kicking into that very strong wind. Rugby-style kicker, going to get it away. Wobbly kick into the wind, caught at the 45 by Ty, looking for room, gets one block, trying to get away from her man. Now he's got the 40. He's got the 35, trying to get outside inside the 30, down to the 25, and then push out of bounds. Not very far from the line of scrimmage there, Jared. Nice return by Ty Moore.
Right, did a great job of really catching a tough punt, you know, in a swirling wind, and then made a couple of guys miss, got back across the field, like I said, ran it all the way back to almost the original line of scrimmage.
That's a great point. He actually caught that ball in his hands, on the edge of his hands, which was difficult because those balls coming into the wind die quickly and can often be misread by the returner. But great job by Ty to bring that one in. 2 wide receivers to the near side. 1 to the far side. Brim in the backfield. The up back is Red Hansen. And Lina awaits the snap, standing at the 28-yard line of Teague. They give it up to Brim. He is initially breaks the tackle. 20. Look out. 15. 10. Flag comes down. Brim is down inside the 8-yard line. It looks like we're be in a situation of holding, and we have a situation going on the field.
Yeah, it looks like there was some extracurricular activities between some of the Teague defensive linemen and the Lorena offensive lineman, left guard Zach Tier. I think could have a holding call and then also potentially a dead ball foul against one or both teams.
So the officials are sorting it out. Clock stops at 3:19 on the Gail Kelly scoreboard, sponsored by Billy Kelly CPA. The Lorena and Teague knotted up at 7.
And David, we were talking about Ty Moore making that difficult catch, almost like catching a fly ball. But if anybody should know something about that, it'd be him, given he's the son of Baylor softball coach Glenn Moore. So I think his dad would have been pretty upset if he'd have dropped that.
Well played, sir. Nice segue there. Waiting on the officials now. We have it's a holding against Lorena. Then we have unsportsmanlike conduct against Teague, and the player is ejected.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance. Their numbers, and Teague's got some classic uniforms with the Tennessee orange.
It's hard to read.
Numerals on white jerseys with white helmets with the orange tee. So we didn't quite get a number of the player that was ejected, but it looked like he was on top of Tier, just swinging and got a couple of punches in. So unfortunate for an already undermanned Teague Lion team, but just not something you want to see tonight.
Well, the key here is look for number 7 on the field. If you don't see a 7, that means Jellicoe Green has just been ejected from the game. So he's the middle linebacker as well for Teague, and they first step off the yards backwards for the Lorena holding, and now they're back the other way, stepping off the personal foul against Teague. I've yet to see number 7 on the field.
And you mentioned Green having to play in both offense and defense. I talked to some Teague staff before the game, and they do have a lot of guys going both ways tonight.
Twins to either side. Red Hansen goes in motion. They give it to him. He's at the 15, the 10. Out of bounds near the first down marker was Red Hansen, and I believe they're going to spot him out there at the 6.
Yeah, it looked like Juan Bernal knocked him out of bounds before he could turn upfield and get into the end zone. Great job by Hansen.
Number 6, Juan Bernal there on the tackle for Teague. And here come the Leopards. Ty Moore lined up as tight end on the right-hand side. 2 backs in the backfield, Brim and Hansen. Lina rolling to his right, looking to throw. Throws back across the field, and that's Ty Moore. He's wide open, but it's incomplete as Bradley just simply overthrew that.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little air under that ball in the wind, just kept taking it right out of the back of the end zone.
So interesting play call there, one I haven't seen yet, as in Moore lining up at the tight end and then coming across the field against the play, and Bradley doing the throwback. Beautiful design, just didn't make it happen that time.
Leopards can't get a first down without scoring here.
Motion, flags fly, the refs allow the play, pass into the end zone, and it is caught in traffic. Ty Moore touchdown.
David, great catch on a little just stop route on the inside. He's just so tough to cover one-on-one.
And he's such a big presence. He's able to shield him off. But there was a flag thrown on offsides. The play continued, and Lina kept his composure, threw a bullet to Ty right in the middle of the end zone. Good for the Leopards touchdown. Ives puts the ball down. Ty Moore swings his leg, and the kick is no good. So the kickoff to the right that time. That'll bring the score to 13-7. And with 2:40 remaining on the clock, we'll go ahead and take a commercial break. Lorena up 13-7 over the Teague Lions. 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
Welcome back into Leopard Field here in Lorena, Texas. David Gibson joined by Jared Brown tonight on color. Ben Huey is the statistician. Clay Gibson running the board for us, and Knox Gunn on camera. 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. Lorena up 13-7. Just missed the extra point. Kicking right to left. The wind also blowing strongly from right to left. Be interested to see if that doesn't calm down throughout as the night wears on. Here goes Ty. Swings his leg. This one's a deep kick here to the near side. Going to bounce out of the end zone, and Teague will start at their own 25.
Yeah, Teague kick returner Drew Satterwhite just kind of turned and looked at that ball, jogged over a little bit to make sure that it was going out of the back of the end zone, and just turned around and headed back toward the sideline.
I want to mention that all kicks this season brought to you by Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt. Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, service you deserve from neighbors you trust. So, new defensive lineman in there for the Leopards. That's Tanner Borman.
Kind of the hero from last week with the big sack fumble on Ace Whitehead for Lampasas that let the Leopards go down and kick the game-winning field goal.
Well, actually, that was EJ, his brother, number 44. But he's in there to play, so that's good. 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. They give it off to Herod. He's running to the far side. He's got the 30-yard line, and we'll see where the official spots him out. Looks like around the 32. And that'll bring up second down and, I believe, about 3.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to see a steady dose of Namir Herod, given he's as big as any of the Lorena defensive linemen and certainly bigger than any of our linebackers in secondary.
Is that 7 in the back? I'm still having trouble picking out who's in the backfield. I think that...
Yeah, that looks like Green is back in the game.
Well, but it didn't look like a 7 to me, so maybe it is. We'll see it. Green running the ball. He's hitting the back. Yeah, it is Green, so he's still in the game. Up across the 35. Enough for a first down, and pulls his way across the 40. Host of Leopards there for the tackle. I'm going to get some of those numbers. Anson Ariano there, as well as number 44, E.J. Borman. Speaking of the hero from last week. One of the heroes from last week. My goodness. Lots of heroes from last week. It took a total team effort for those Leopards. Clock dips inside 2 minutes in the first quarter. Your Leopards up 13-7. Teague moving from left to right in the teeth of the wind. And the ball spotted at the 42. With first down, they need the Lorena 48 for a new set of downs. Bowdine's the quarterback. He turns, hands it off to Green. He's up across the 45. Driven down there at the 46-yard line.
Callan Weaver in there with another tackle. I have a feeling he's going to be real sore tomorrow. He's trying to tackle Namir Herod and Jalico Green all night.
Tanner Borman in there as well, number 77. Trying to find Tyler Sparks on the sideline. All right, so maybe Tyler just catching a break. Second down and 5. Ball's at the 47-yard line. Bodine waits on the snaps. Got Green in there with him again. Gives it to Green, running to the far side, 45, across the 50, first down, inside Lorena territory, down to the 46.
And David, you got to wonder if Teague has seen something, and they keep attacking the right side of the Lorena's defensive line. Haven't seen a whole lot come left yet, or toward the left side of the defensive line. So Teague's attacking the left side of their offense.
That's an interesting point, and so far I would say most of the passes, which haven't been numerous, but most of them have been on rollouts to the right. So interesting thought there, maybe trying to keep some balance. Keep Lorena at home. Jarrett Bodine, the sophomore quarterback for Teague, stands at his 49. Gives it off to the running back, speedy back, inside the 40, look out, 35. He is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Teague. And that is Namir Herod. So, Leopards going to be in for a fight this evening.
Right, that zone read's going to be really tough. Those linemen block exactly who's in front of him. Give the ball to Herod. He kind of picks and chooses the hole he wants to go through. And once he gets into that second level.
I tell you what, Green and Herod, a terrific Thunder and Lightning backfield. Herod just wearing the Leopard front 7 down, and then he's throwing a speedy back like Herod for the touchdown. 31 seconds remaining. The score knotted at 13 now as Teague comes on to try to take the lead with an extra point. Here's the kick on the way. It looks like it's left, and it is also no good. Both teams may be struggling with the wind a bit. Is that Roberto Escobedo on the kick? Okay. So Escobedo misses the extra point. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break. 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Lorena and Teague tied up at 13. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
When you're faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service.
So Teague, behind a long run by Namir Herod, ties up the Leopards. Both teams missing an extra point, so the score currently on the first quarter here, sponsored by Billy Kelly CPA. 13-13, the Teague Lions and Leopards. 26 points here in the first quarter, Jerry. That's a little surprising to me that it's balanced, to be honest with you.
Well, Teague's they've gotten off to quick starts in their previous games against Malakoff and Mejia. In fact, they went up 14-0 against Malakoff before Malakoff came back and beat them. But yeah, the Leopards need to find an answer for Harrod and Green if they're going to stand a chance to pull ahead and win.
Here we go, another attempted onside kick, going to be caught out of the air. What a catch at the 48-yard line.
And who do you think that was?
Good gosh, he's all over the field. Ty Moore catches a bullet about 2 feet off the ground, goes immediately to the ground. That's a terrific play. Potential possession-saving play there.
Absolutely. You know, when that ball hits the ground, the oblong ball can bounce any direction.
Yeah. Funny ball bounce funny.
Funny ball bounce funny.
Here come the Leopards. The offensive line for the Leopards this evening. Left tackle James Dixon, left guard Zach Tier, centers Jacob Turley, Chris Baker, and Kylan Bernardi on the right-hand side. Lina and Bram in the backfield. Man comes in motion. That's Moore, not Ty Moore. Trying to get outside. That's the 50. And then out of bounds around the 47-yard line for Lorena is Michael Moore, number 14.
Yeah, he just came on the old jet sweep. Lina gets it to him, and he comes around in for about a gain of 5. Good to maybe get Ty and AJ some rest to get the ball in the hands of some of the other guys, and let's see if they can make a play.
So Michael Moore now back in the slot on the far side. Ty Moore is on the, I believe that's him on the slot. It is. Throws it out to Michael Moore. He drops it incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, unfortunate for Michael Moore. I think he started to look upfield and run before he had that ball secured. Dropped it's going to bring up 3rd down. Be a great opportunity for the Leopards to get a good first down and keep this drive moving as we near the end of the first quarter.
The clock stops with 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 2 wide receivers right, 2 left. Brim offset left to Lina. Lina is looking to throw. Getting a little pressure now. He's going to roll to his right. Throws the ball downfield. Caught inside the 40. Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And wait to get a number on that. I believe that's McCray Lewis.
That is McCray Lewis making the catch from the slot on the out route to get the first down and keep the drive going.
Big catch by McCray Lewis there on the run. The ball was thrown below the waist. Those are tough to make. Enough for a big Lorena first down here with 8 seconds before the end of the quarter. We'll wait and see if Lorena gets off a play. They will. Lina looking to the near side this time. Has Moore in the flat. Taking a shot towards the end zone. Has Sam Ives down there, and it's just beyond the reach. Incomplete as the clocks go to 0-0. That's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, great job by Ives. Just couldn't quite get off of the defensive back who was jamming him, and Lina with this wind blowing just overthrew him.
Direct your attention to the 20-yard line.
David, while we've got a quick break in the action, I was going to pass along a few other scores from District 8 4A Division 2. Robinson Rockets hosting Whitney tonight. They are knotted up at 0. Start of the second quarter. Conley's up 7-0 against the Gatesville Fighting Hornets. That game's in the second quarter as well. Looks like Fairfield and Palestine tied up at 14, starting the second quarter. And then Salado is up 14-7 over the Taylor Ducks. About 9 minutes left to go in that second quarter. The one interesting thing is that Mejia was supposed to go down and play Cold Spring Oakhurst tonight, which is down close to the Golden Triangle near the Texas Gulf Coast. That's now showing up as 0-0 final. So I think weather may have played a part, and they were unable to get that game in tonight.
Well, so Tropical Storm Imelda, I guess it might even be tropical depression or who knows what else, but I saw something on yesterday, 28 inches of rain dumped since, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday. That is insane, a lot of amount of rain. That's approaching, not quite approaching Hurricane Harvey levels, but certainly way, way up there. I believe it was the 6th most total in U.S. history, something crazy. Lina standing at the 39, hands the ball off. Breaking tackles are down across the 30-yard line is A.J. Brim. They'll spot him at the 30, so a pickup of 4 there on second down will bring up 3rd down and 6. Lina with some tempo now, gives it off to Brim, running to the far side of the field, cuts it up inside, dives towards the 25, but he's short. They're actually going to mark him way back at the 27, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 3. 11:36 here remaining as the clock runs in the second quarter.
Well, yeah, that is a tough spot. He looked like he had another yard or two before going down.
So Lorena going for it quickly. Lots of tempo here. Now we have a whistle blow and a timeout Teague. So, you got to think here with the difference in the number of players that Lorena pressing that tempo is going to be in their favor long term.
Well, sure. And I mean, if you saw on those last couple of plays, I want to tell everybody at home, A.J. Brim was really close to breaking both of those runs, really just one arm tackle away on each one of those from a big gain, possibly going into the end zone. So you wonder if Teague's kind of starting to tire a little bit. The Leopard coaches see that, and they want to speed up the tempo to kind of get them off balance and pop it for a big gain.
Just some quick stats from Ben here in the first quarter of play. I want to remind you, all stats this evening brought to you by Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. Here after the first quarter of play, total offense by Teague, 146. Total offense by Lorena, 73. Number of plays, though, Teague run about 3 times the number of plays. They've run 17 at that time to Lorena's 6. So come a little bit since then, but 11:24 remaining in the second quarter. Here comes the Leopards. They do appear to be going for it. One wide receiver to the far side. McCray Lewis and Ty Moore here to the near side. Line that claps his hands. Has it. Fakes the pitch to Brims. In trouble. Steps up. It's caught by Ty Moore at the 20. Struggling for 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Ty Moore.
Wow, David. And all you can say is Bradley Lina fake the toss to Brim. Comes back. Just throws a simple square in to Ty Moore, who just fights off 2 defenders single-handedly and runs it into the end zone.
He is just an absolute bull. When he catches that ball, you better wrap him up and you better get help there fast. So do it all Ty, also on to kick. Sam Ives waits at the 10-yard line, waiting the extra point snap. Let's see if we can't put this one in. Kicking into the wind this time. Ives puts it down. Ty Moore swings his leg. This one looks true, and it is.
Yep, good snap by Jacob Turley. Good hold by Mr. Ives.
They said no good. That looked good to me, but the official said no good. So, obviously, the wind having some effect here. 3 missed extra points in just over a first quarter of play.
May see both teams to start going for 2, just so they're not having to kick into this wind.
So back to the stats a little bit. Yards per pass in the first quarter. This makes sense as a lot of Teagues were short passes out in the flats, although their first touchdown was down the field. 11.8 yards per pass by Teague, 31 yards per pass by Lorena. And now Ty will be kicking into that strong wind. And
David, makes you wonder, is he going to try to kick it deep or just try to get some air under it and hope for a fair catch and not give up a big return?
Good point. I think if it's me, I'm trying to bounce this ball right about the 20-yard line, right in between the 2 up returners. So here's Ty. Ball spotted out on the 40-yard line. He's kicking from left to right in the teeth of the wind. He's running towards the ball, swings his leg, low line drive kick, will bounce at the 15. Through the legs of the defender, he's back to his 5 and picks it up. Trying to get up the middle of the field, now cuts his way back to the near side. He's in trouble. He actually gets outside containment to the 15. Now up near the 20, he'll be tackled right around the 19 or 20-yard line. That was Drew Satterwhite with that run back across seemingly all areas of the field. All of Central Texas on that one.
And Andrew Britton finally was able to corral him, bring him down. So Lions are going to start again, first and 10 at their own 20. And David, I think now is where you're going to see what kind of adjustments have the defense made, as the defense made to kind of try to stop that ground and pound attack of the Lions.
Tyler Sparks back in there in the defensive line.
Also see Reed Migna walking up as an outside linebacker.
Kason Pitts there in the middle. So Bodine and is looking to the near sideline, and he's going to take a timeout. They're running.
Looked like the play clock was about to hit 0.
I'm beginning to wonder if it looks like maybe they had somebody that wasn't on the field because somebody runs on late. They look like it's going down to 0. Okay, while they take a timeout, let's go ahead and take one here in the booth. 10:59 remaining in the second quarter of play. Lorena up 19-13 after 3 missed extra points by the both teams combined. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams Contracting, LLC are general and restoration contractors specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. Contact Mark Williams at 254-301-2752 with your next remodeling needs. Williams Contracting, LLC. That's 254-301-2752.
Welcome back into Leopard Field, 10:59 remaining. The Lions with the ball at their own 20-yard line. Bodine, the quarterback, has Green back there with him. He's going to give it to Green right up the middle. Got some momentum. Look out. Holding flag comes down, and this is going to be trouble. Green's at the 50. 45-40, they're not going to catch him as he speeds his way all the way down to the end zone on what should be an 80-yard touchdown unless the flag brings it back.
Well, it looks like some of the Teague offensive linemen are taking a slow jog, so it could be coming back. The referee standing back down about the 35-yard line, 37-yard line, ready to make the call.
We do have a hold against Teague, and that'll bring it back. But Teague believes they can play in this football game right now. That's pretty obvious.
Absolutely. They were able to move the ball and have some success against both Malakoff and Mejia. Just didn't come out on the right end of the score just due to some turnovers. I think Jarrett Bodine threw 2 interceptions in each one of those games, which obviously led to some points. So they can obviously run the ball. It's going to be up to the Lorena defense to stop them.
Not a lot of zip on Bodine's passes. I could see that happening tonight if one gets stuck up there in the wind and that Leopard defense manages to pull one down. 10:46 now as the officials mark the penalty off. Going to put the ball all the way back at the 10-yard line of Teague, and more importantly, though, it nixes that 80-yard touchdown run.
Right, the Leopards are going to have to find an answer for Jellicoe Green and Demir Herod.
Everybody in tight now for Teague. Bodine stands back there with Green to his left. Bodine hands it to Green, looking for room, trying to bounce it outside now. Actually, I think that's Herod. He gets up across the 10.
Looked like Tyler Sparks got off his block real well to get out there and make the tackle. And David, we talked about the Leopard defense trying to find a stop for these big plays, and one of your keys, Zane Grimm's not out there to help do that.
That's a great point. Taylor McCowan checks in for the Leopards. Jordan Jackson leaves the field. Yeah, we definitely missed that headhunter mentality that Zane brings to the team. 10-12 as the clock continues to run in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bodine in the backfield. Hands it off across the 15 near the 17-yard line. That's Luke Stacks on the carry, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
Interesting play call there on 2nd and long with all the success they've had with Herod and Green. Again, just maybe trying to make something happen, get Stacks the ball, see if he can find some excitement or hole in that Leopard defense. Big 3rd down coming up.
So Luke Stacks stays back there in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left this time. 1 to the far side. Bodine waiting for it. He's looking to the near side to throw. He's in some pressure. Going to roll to his right, throw downfield. It is caught short of the 1st down, I believe, but the official actually spots it up there right at the 30-yard line, and that should be enough to move the chains.
It's a very generous spot by that official.
Big 1st down there by Teague. Really big 1st down. They keep the ball as the clock gets close to the 9-minute mark here in the second quarter of play. Lorena up 19-13. It's been a bit of a struggle. I would say so far tonight, certainly Teague has been aggressive right from the get-go.
Absolutely, using that running game, but then coming up with a big play on 3rd down via the pass.
So it looks like Luke Stacks is the back for right now. Bodine waits on it, has it, gives it off to Stacks. He manages to slip a few tackles up near the 35-yard line. He picks up about 5 on 1st down. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, right now the Teague offensive line getting a lot of push behind guys like Sebastian Carter and others on the left side of that line.
Satterwhite split out to the near side. Got a man in the slot on that side as well as a tight end. Bodine looking their way. Under a lot of pressure, throws it downfield. Caught at the 45-yard line up to the 46. First down, Teague. That's number 10 on the catch for Teague. That's Ty Abram, the wide receiver.
And wow, what a big hit by Sir John Strain. Almost lost in the shuffle because it was a first down catch. But, man, he really had an opportunity and laid a lick on the receiver.
We're going to have a stoppage of play, official timeout. And I've yet to see, we have a lion down. So while they tend to the young man on the field, 7:49 remaining here in the second quarter of play. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break. Lorena up 19-13. Teague moving the football, though. We'll have more Lorena Leopards football on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond, right after this commercial break.
The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Dawn, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in
Jarrett Bodine stands at his 41-yard line. Teague moving the football. They trail 19-13. Jellicoe Green back there with him stands at the 40. Bodine waits on the snap, claps his hands, gives it to Green up across the 45, struggling forward towards the 50-yard line. And they'll give him the 50, which will bring up a second down and 6. Now as the clock dips under 7:20 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, Tyler McCown did all he could. He wrapped his arms around Green and just hung on for dear life. Was able to bring him down, but not before a 5-yard gain.
Ball spotted with his nose right on the 50-yard line. We're about to dip under 7 minutes to play. Lorena up 19-13 on the Gail Kelly scoreboard.
Look to see if Lorena brings pressure here in an effort to try to create a 3rd and long in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Bodine gets a new call from the sideline, now communicates with his offensive line. He's got Green to his left, gonna turn. They hand it to Green. He's hit in the backfield, struggles his way forward though, across the 50 and then knocked down around the 49. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 5, Jared.
Yeah, Callan Weaver kind of came on a quasi blitz right there, stepping up into the gap, made a big hit, but again, Green still fell forward for another, it looks like a yard. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Again, good stop for the Leopards. They really need to get off the field here and get a stop.
What do you think Green goes? 230?
Easy.
Yeah, 250. Did you see him motor down the field? My gosh. Talk about some physics. He's a hard man to stop, especially when he gets going. 6:08, 3rd down and 5. Big play here in the first half. Bodine gives the ball to Green. Slow developing play. He's going to be hit and short of the 50-yard line and driven back, a loss of a yard or 2. That'll bring up 4th down and 6. Big play by the Leopards.
Yeah, Reed Mickna got through. It looked like some confusion on the Teague offensive line. Mickna kind of came free, was able to get his arms wrapped around Green, hang on for dear life, and then the rest of the Leopard horde came and drove him back. Huge defensive stop.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And a reminder again, all stops this season, all defensive stops, brought to you by Walk-In Tubs of Texas. Walk-In Tubs of Texas, for safety, for therapy, for pleasure. Clock still running now. 5:21, 5:20. Back to receive for Lorena is Sir John Strain and Ty Moore. They stand right around the 12-yard line. We're going to have a timeout, I believe.
Yeah, again, Teague had some personnel issues getting the right players on the field. Play clock was winding down, so they decided to go ahead and take their final timeout of the half.
All right. We'll go ahead and take another one with them. 5:14 remaining here in the second quarter. Lorena in a dogfight, 19-13. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast on LorenaLeopardsFootball.com. We'll be right back.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
Welcome back. Welcome back into Leopard Field. The Lorena Leopards have forced a stop. And back to receive the punt will be number 6 for the Leopards, Cade Walker. Actually, it looks like Teague has decided to go for it.
Could be a quick kick here. Lorena in their safe formation.
Lorena going to show pressure coming up. Trying to force that kick quick. That kick, quick kick, and now they're going to run it. In trouble. 50. Tripped up at the 49-yard line of the Leopards, and that'll be a Lorena Leopards football.
Great play by Taylor McCown, stepping up, making the play. Just does trip him up because if he doesn't make the stop, Satterwhite's going to run for a while. Huge stop for the Leopards.
Somehow I couldn't help but feel like maybe they got the, I don't know if they're trying to force that quick kick by coming up, but they certainly smelled something there that was, as they came up to show pressure late in that situation. So here come the Leopards off the sideline. You have 2 wide receivers to the far side. One of them's Will Teague in the slot. Lina and Brim in the backfield. Ball spotted at the 49. First down and 10. Lina throws the ball out there. It's caught by Teague. Across the 50. Actually, that's more, I believe. Inside the 45 down to the 44. Big pickup of about 7 there on first down.
Yeah, that's Moore's 4th catch of the game. Puts him at about 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not a bad first half of football.
Of course, he had 8 receptions for 257 and 3 touchdowns last week in that huge win over Lampasas. So Moore and Teague once again lined up left. McCray Lewis here to the near side, way outside the numbers. Direct snap to Brim, running to the near side, looking for a block, 45. Barrels his way down to the 44-yard line when we have a flag come down where it looks like it might be holding.
Yeah, it's always in that area where that pulling guard or tackle is trying to reach that defensive tackle to get him blocked, and he just can't quite get there, so his arm gets wrapped up, ends up pulling him down by the jersey. Easy call for the referee.
Clock will stop momentarily with 4:27. Once again, Lorena up 19-13 on the Gail Kelly scoreboards, brought to you by Billy Kelly CPA. Brett Hansen's in the ball game. He's in the back on the left-hand side. Lina by himself this time. 2 wide receivers left, 2 right. Anson Ariano's the tight end on the near side. Lina's looking to throw. Got a lot of time. Might step up and run now. 45, 50, 45. Down to the 41-yard line. And that looks like it's going to be enough for a Lorena first down.
Ultimately depend on the spot. Looks like they did give him the first down.
All first downs brought to you by Jesse Britt Automotive. Quick play. Brim up the middle down near the 35-yard line. We do have a flag thrown on the far sideline.
And I'm not sure if he had movement or if maybe the Teague defense couldn't quite get back lined up on sides before the Leopards snap the ball.
Looks like it is going to get, well, they're stepping it off against Teague. Ball down to the 35-yard line. We'll bring up
they're going to bring up 1st and 5 for the Leopards now.
Well, it is, but it actually is 1st and 4 where you had that ball spotted. So I'm a little actually okay. So everybody's confused. The scoreboard says 3rd down and 14. Wherever it is, the ball's on the 35, and Lina and Brim in the backfield. Fakes it to Brim. He's looking to throw. Got pressure right up the middle, rolling to the near side. He's going to keep it. 35, 30. First down, Leopards. Clock runs at 3:30.
Yeah, Lina looked downfield, didn't like what he saw, and just kind of took off around the right side, took what he could get, and then got down.
So that first down brought to you again by Jesse Britt Automotive. Leopards have 3:25 left on the clock. I'm sure what they'd love to do is run that sucker all the way down and score with about 5 seconds left, or 1 second probably. So Brim is left of line in the backfield. They stand at the 35. 2 wide receivers left, 2 right. Quick throw out in the flat to Ty. Caught at the 35. Forward to the 30. breaks the tackle, 25, look out, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Ty Moore. Wow.
I don't know that I've seen somebody tackle him in the open field by himself yet.
Ever?
Not that I've seen this year.
I really honestly haven't seen it this year for sure, and if we saw it last year, we might have seen it on one hand, for sure.
And David, it looks like they're going to leave the offense out on the field and go for 2 here. That wind is just playing all kinds of tricks with everyone out on the field.
I like this call, too. Try to get a couple of those points back. Brown lined up right, lining left. They're the only ones in the backfield. They fake it to Brown. He throws the ball to the far sideline. Caught by Ty Moore. He holds the ball up as he falls to the ground. And that 2-point conversion is good, and that'll bring it 27-13.
Yeah, just a simple corner route. Ty lines up in the slot, puts his foot in the ground, sprints to the corner, ball's there, and good idea just to try to get some of those points back from missed PATs earlier.
Really, almost humorous way to catch that football. It's like almost when you're in a pool. Right, somebody throws you a pass in the pool and you catch it, and you're trying to show that you have it before you go underwater.
Absolutely,
that was very interesting. So 3 minutes remaining here and before halftime. That's a big play right there. Of course, remember, Lorena also gets the football after the half, so it has a chance to really put some distance there.
Well, that's why you almost kind of wondered if they were going to try to run the ball and bleed that clock all the way down. But when you throw it to Ty Moore and nobody can tackle him, he's going to go into the end zone.
Ben, you got a stat there on Ty Moore for us?
Yeah, that brings him to 5 catches for 127 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a great first half right there.
Sure is.
When 60% of your catches are going for touchdowns, I think you're doing all right.
Of course, all stats this season brought to you by Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. So the Leopards again kicking into that wind, and it doesn't. Well, it has calmed down a little bit. Still blowing from right to left. Ty is kicking into the wind, and here he goes. Short end-over-end kick, going to be caught at the 25. Tries to get out the bounds up near the 33-yard line, and that's where they'll spot it dead, out of bounds.
The wide gunner, Braden Browder, stepped up to make that play.
What number was Braylon over there?
Braden Browder's number 11.
Number 11, gotcha.
And David, if you have a chance, now is one of the probably the most fun traditions in the stands. After Lorena scores a touchdown, the cheerleaders are going to go and they're going to reach in for these candy rolls that they make and decorate. They're going to throw them, and you're going to see the kids go crazy fighting over these candy rolls. It's really something special. We were talking earlier about it being homecoming week. Saw today where, at least in the elementary school, and I'm assuming in the other campuses as well, all the kids getting their faces painted.
Jarrett Bodine and Jellicoe Green in the backfield, 2:56 before halftime. Leopards hoping to get to halftime with a 2-touchdown lead. And we have a flag fly, and it looks like false start against Teague. That'll help.
They're struggling, can't get out of their own way right now. They've obviously been moving the ball when they're running it, but just these pre-snap penalties are gonna do you in.
Now, that doesn't look? I don't think that's a 7 in the backfield. Is that Abram, number 10? Ty Abram now back there, offset left with Bodine. So Green not in the game, thank goodness. Bad snap. Bodine recovers though, across the 30, up near the 33-yard line. Wow, hit hard forward to the 35-yard line, trying to get that number.
Looked like E.J. Borman was in on that tackle.
Maybe Kason Pitts as well, and Tyler Sparks also got up off the ground right around where the ball carrier was. Those are 3 guys I do not want hitting me.
And that's the thing about this defense. There's not a one of them on the field that's afraid to come up and hit you.
So Bodine and Abram in the backfield now. Abram's left. Everybody is in tight. 3 wide receivers all within a few feet of the right tackle over there. They give it up the middle to the 35, and every single Lorena Leopard just about pushes him backwards. They'll stop his momentum at the 36-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 8.
Again, Abram on that carry. Anson Ariano getting up the field. Sparks getting in there and really plugging those gaps where he's got nowhere to run, so he tries to break it outside. And that's where Callan Weaver's waiting to turn him back in.
So 3rd down now, and with the scoreboard, there we go. 3rd down and 8. They need the 44 to keep the football. Ball is spotted at the 36. So they need 8 yards. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the right. Single coverage over there. Bodine's looking to throw. Getting a lot of pressure. Now he'll step up. Looking to still throw. Throws it. It's caught. Actually incomplete. Man it was open across the 40 there. Hit him right in the hands, and he turned to run before he could bring it in.
Yeah, it looked like as Bodine rolled out to the right, Callan Weaver had a tough choice, either stick with his receiver or go up to Bodine. He went up to Bodine. Bodine tried to throw the ball, but his receiver dropped it.
Well, that'll bring up 4th down. And with this wind, you would think maybe they'll kick it away and try to force Lorena to go the distance, the length of the field into the wind with only a $1.25 left here before halftime.
Leopards do have all their timeouts left, so could set something up for a run at the end zone before halftime.
Here we go. Snap is back. Kick is on the way. Wobbly kick towards the far sideline. Going to bounce out of bounds. So we'll have to wait and see where the officials determine that it went out of bounds. They'll say out at the 36-yard line. So that 1 minute 18 seconds, Jared, is plenty of time for that Leopard offense to move down the field.
That is an eternity with all 3 of your timeouts. Plus, if you do get a first down, the clock's going to stop while they move the chains. So excellent opportunity. Let's see what Coach Biles and Coach Graves, Coach Johnson, let's see what they draw up here as we head into halftime.
So here come the Leopards off the sideline. Sam Ives is the wide receiver to the far side of the field. Michael Moore, Ty Moore, and McCray Lewis here to the near side. Brim and Lina in the backfield. Lina claps his hands, rolls to the near side. Brim stays in the block. Lina is looking for someone, throws it downfield. It is intercepted. Was he inbounds? The official says yes, and that is a big turnover.
Yeah, not really sure what Lina was looking at there, but threw it right to Luke Stacks for Teague, who bobbled the ball but was able to snatch it out of the air and get his feet in before falling out of bounds.
Terrific play by that young man. Certainly not a play we wanted to see happen.
Now, it looked like may have been some miscommunication between Lina and his receiver as his receiver broke up field. Lina threw the ball into the flat right where Stacks was waiting for it.
So here comes Teague. Bodine stands at the 49-yard line. That's Abram back there with him, lined up left. Twins right, Twins left. Ball on the near hash. Bodine looking to throw. Got pressure right up the middle. Under a lot of pressure. Running to his right. He will be drugged down in the throw. As he throws it incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 59 seconds remaining.
Reed Mickna on the blitz there and just ran down Bodine. Almost caught up to him to make the sack, but did force the errant throw to bring up 2nd down.
So now it's Lorena trying to hang on here and not let Teague back in this ball game. Lorena with the chance, if they can hang on here, to put 3 scores between them and Teague if they are able to score right after half. But now Teague able possibly to cut it to 1 if they can put it in the end zone. 1 wide receiver to the far side. He's on the far side hash. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Bodine in the backfield. They fake it. Rolling right. Under pressure. Going to be hit in the backfield, thrown and caught. We have multiple flags down.
And I think you may get a hold up here near the line of scrimmage, and then it could be a roughing the passer.
Well, the official,
on Jordan Jackson.
Officials are standing at the 50-yard line.
I think Jordan Jackson may have got his hands up high and hit Bodine in the helmet.
Well, Jordan Jackson and Bodine were the only players over there, so it is roughing the passer against Lorena. They have not signaled on the other flag. I don't know what that would be. Maybe they were both against Lorena and they chose to do that one. I don't know. 52 seconds remaining before halftime. Lorena up 27-13.
For the most part, our officials been very adamant about his signals, but we just didn't get that first penalty call.
Yeah, one of the more adamant motions by an official I've probably ever seen. But I appreciate it. Actually, it's very clear on what the penalty was for. So here comes Bodine off the sideline. He has got the play. Once again, everybody in tight. 3 wide receivers to the right, just off the line of scrimmage. 1 in the slot to the near side. Bodine in the backfield. He has it. He's rolling to his right. Has a couple of receivers over there. A lot of pressure. Going to be in trouble, and he is going to be... pass is thrown incomplete. That's got to be intentional grounding, and Bodine is on the ground rolling around as if he's injured. I think that was Mickna again.
Right, well, and Mickna with the hit, that Kason Pitts had something hit him right in the hands, and I think he was looking at the end zone for a pick six.
Yeah.
And it just slipped right through his fingers. But, yeah, you are right. It was an intentional grounding call. That's going to be a spot foul and also a loss of down.
So 45 seconds, the clock stops because he threw the incomplete pass. And that's going to bring up a long, long way. You gotta wonder here if, of course, Lorena does have all timeouts. If they wanted to stop the clock, they could. The clock's now running at 42-41, and with 20 seconds on the play clock, I've got to think we might be looking at the last play or two here. Bodine and Abrams in the backfield. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, no, I said if you're Teague, you may just want to run the clock out.
At this point, yeah.
Try to get something going.
Bodine looking to throw. Screen pass, caught to the near side at the hash, 30, 40, 35, knocked down hard. Boy, Lorena is hitting tonight. That's Mickna.
And that was Sir John Strain again, who I don't want to say he's one of the, not the smallest player on the field, but one of the smaller players on the field, just sacrificing his body, came up and laid a lick.
7 seconds, 6 seconds. Looks like that's going to probably take us to halftime, although it looks like Teague's trying to run one more play. They do get the snap off as 1 second. Looking to throw, lofts a pass down the middle. That's going to be intercepted at the 15, 20, 25, 30. Trying to cut back to the near side. Can he get loose? He won't do it. He's tackled at the 31-yard line. And on that interception, Dalen Browder.
Browder with the pick, trying to make something happen. Almost broke it. Could have been dangerous, but a great play to end the half.
So pretty interesting first half. Wouldn't exactly describe it as a clean first half. But the Leopards do find themselves up a couple scores with a chance to get the ball back after the second half of play.
Certainly not the way they wanted to start the game. Teague's obviously been able to move the ball, but when the Leopards are able to get the Teague offenses in passing situations, they've found some success. So great job overall by the Leopards to go into halftime up 27-13.
So halftime tonight's going to be 28 minutes long, and of course it's homecoming, so it may even end up being longer than that. We'll wait and see. We'll try to bring you as much of the homecoming ceremony as we possibly can with Knox Gunn on the camera, and we'll try to get some of that on the audio as well. But we're going to go ahead and throw it to a commercial break. Want to let you know that on the Gail Kelly scoreboard, Lorena is up 27-13. Sponsored by Billy Kelly CPA. You are listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football at lorenaleopards.com. Billy Kelly CPA and the Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams
Contracting LLC are general and restoration contractors.
We're having some technical difficulty up here in the booth, so we will be sure and get that cleared up so we can hear from our sponsors who have been so gracious and generous to sponsor the broadcast this season. We're at halftime on homecoming week, and the homecoming game is 25 minutes remaining in halftime. Right now, Teague performing on the field. And Jared, just what are your thoughts so far here in the first half of play?
Well, obviously, Coach Biles talked about getting off to the slow start last week, not wanting to do that tonight. I kind of wrote down, when I looked at some keys to the game for both teams, the first thing I wrote down for the Leopards was start fast. They didn't really do that. They were able to get some stops and then score quickly. The other thing, one of the other notes I wrote down was, kind of the big three: Lina, Moore, and Brim. And that's what we've seen: Lina, Moore, and Brim. And then finally, fundamentals. You look at this Lorena defense; they almost never beat themselves. They're not out of position. They're where they're supposed to be, which is why you see 6, 7, 8 guys in on the tackle every time, because everybody's running to the ball. For Teague, big thing for them was really not turning the ball over. Their first couple of games where they lost, turned the ball over a lot in both games. That leads to points off turnovers and hard to be successful. Number 2 is staying healthy. As Coach Biles said, they're a very young team, actually only dressing 10 seniors tonight. So again, staying healthy obviously didn't help with unsportsmanlike conduct and an ejection in the first half, and then finally preventing the big plays. But every time Lorena throws it to Ty Moore, he turns it into a big play. So I think both teams are doing good jobs fighting this wind. The Leopards are going to have to find a way to stop Jellicoe Green and Namir Harrod in the second half, trying to find a way to stop that Teague rushing attack. If they can do that, keep their fundamentals, play sound football, I think they've got a good chance to come out with a victory tonight.
One of the things that Coach Biles had talked about to me when we got together for the pregame audio was they don't want to give Teague a chance to come out here and want to hang around. And granted, the last 2 scores have been important, and I would think starting off the second quarter with one would be critically important, because if you're going to break a team's will that hasn't had a lot of success, the way to do it is get up and give them an opportunity to decide that maybe they want to check in a little bit.
Right, coming off the 2 tough losses to start, Teague's looking for any sign of momentum, any sign of positive thing that they can get going. So if they're staying in a close ball game with a good team, with a good Leopard team, an experienced Leopard team, that's all they're looking for is a chance. And if it's close in the fourth quarter, they're gonna have something to fight for and a chance to pull it out. So I think you're absolutely right. Leopards want to come out in this second half, this first drive, try to, if they can't get some points, at least eat some clock, drive it down, play a field position game, and keep that Teague offense off the field.
All right, I think we've got some of our no, we don't. I just looked at our board producer, Clay Gibson, and he looked at me like, no, we are not ready to go to commercial break. So we'll keep it here for a few more minutes, which is perfectly fine. Let's try to maybe get a look at some of those scores here, Jerry, but also wanted to maybe turn our attention to stats. We've got Ben Huey with us this week on stats, and we're just having a little bit of trouble with our wireless up here right now, which is the way that we're able to run our commercials. So,
right. So I'm happy to pass along some scores. We've got some updated scores here right before halftime over at that school, that blue and white school down the road. I don't like to say the name.
Are you talking about, let's see, who's blue? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Robinson and Whitney deadlocked at 13 now. Looks like about a minute and a half left to go in that first half.
That's an interesting score to me.
Down Highway 84 in Gatesville, the Hornets hosting the number 3 Conley Cadets. That game is at halftime. Conley up 15-7. Another local score, the La Vega Pirates up 41-0 against Pflugerville. The Fairfield Eagles up by a point at halftime. They're hosting Palestine tonight, 28-27. Madisonville is up over Navasota, 26-7. And then Salado and Taylor deadlocked at 14. So those are your other District 8-4A Division II opponents in their action tonight. So
when you look at the district, I mean, Robinson is clearly, I don't want to say they're up this year, but looks like to me that they're they're going to be better than they've been the last few years. Connolly has been playing well for years now. Who do you, other than Lorena, who do you see as like the team, 2 or 3 teams where we're going to have to, we want to bring home another district title, we got to go through?
Well, Fairfield, John Bechtel's team, Bechtel's the son of longtime Midway football coach Kent Bechtel, football coaching runs in his blood. He's always got a competitive squad. Salato's really been on the move. Got that spread offense that can score at any time. So it really is. It's almost tough to rank those teams 1 through 6 because literally anybody can win on any Friday night.
Well, one thing I like we have in our favor is we've got some really good senior leadership at some key positions, especially on offense, in Bradley Lina, A.J. Brim, and Ty Moore.
Yeah, and Brim, I think, sometimes gets overlooked. I remember seeing that kid as a freshman. Don't remember his height and weight, but he could absolutely fly. I mean, he was one of the fastest kids on the field. You'd see him take swing passes and just run past everybody. The past couple of years, being in this Lorena weight program, he's put on a lot of muscle, and now he can run by you just as soon as he can run over you. Yeah. And so he's somebody, certainly been a stalwart of this program for going on 3 years now. And then obviously, what can you say that hadn't already been said about Bradley Lina and Ty Moore? Just good leadership for the kids coming up who see how to do it and how to do it right, and hopefully continues this tradition of excellence on for years on end.
We're at halftime on homecoming. 19 minutes and 15 seconds according to the scoreboard clock left in halftime. Lorena Leopards marching band's about to take the field. We'll come back from this commercial break and bring you some of their show. Lorena up 27-13 here at Leopard Field. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams Contracting, LLC are general and restoration contractors specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. Contact Mark Williams at 254-301-2752 with your next remodeling needs. Williams Contracting, LLC. That's 254-301-2752.
Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-in Tubs of Texas. Welcome back into Leopard Field. Our homecoming ceremony is underway. We're going to actually go ahead and turn up the crowd mic and let you listen in, and we'll step aside here in the booth and let you participate in some of these homecoming pageantries.
And Troy is the son of Mike and Janet Christie. Please welcome your 2019 freshman Prince and Princess. Next to cross the field are the sophomore class Prince and Princess, Ethan Segovia and Rebecca Hawley. Rebecca is the daughter of Jeff and Cynthia Hawley, and Ethan is the son of Justin and Denise Hawley. Ladies and gentlemen, the sophomore Prince and Princess. Making their way across the field are our junior Prince and Princess, Sir John Strain and Vanessa Gonzalez Laredo. Vanessa is the daughter of Anita Gonzalez and Chewy Laredo. Sir John, or as we all know him, SJ, is the son of Julia Cleveland and John Strain. Congratulations to the junior Prince and Princess. Now for our 2019 Homecoming Queen nominee. Let's welcome our first athlete, Alexandra Kate Bennett. Alexandra is the daughter of Peyton and Joy Bennett. She is being escorted tonight by her father. Alexandra has been involved in many activities during her time at Lorena. She volunteers in her church, with Vacation Bible School, and works with the elderly community there. She also stays busy by baby house and pet sitting. She also works for Downsizing Solutions as an assistant. In her spare time, Alexandra loves shopping and traveling. She's also interested in photography, cosmetology, and art. Her plans after graduation include attending McLennan Community College and transferring to Midwestern State University to obtain a bachelor's degree in dental hygiene. Once again, Alexandra Bennett. Making her way across the field is Haley Flores. Haley is the daughter of Edward and Elena Flores. Haley is escorted tonight by her brother, Hayden Flores. Haley has been very involved during her years at LHS. She plays both volleyball and soccer. In addition, she is involved in K-Life and youth ministry at her church. Haley has been inducted into the National Honor Society and ranks in the top 10% of her class. She's also received academic first team all-district for volleyball and soccer. In her spare time, Haley loves to hang out with friends, cuddle her dog Rex, and take naps. She also enjoys watching Netflix and listening to music. Haley's plans after graduation include attending Baylor University to major in business and minor in Spanish, and hopes of becoming a financial analyst. She hopes to travel the world before getting married and starting a family. She invites everyone to ride on the yacht she plans to buy in the future as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Haley Flores. Crossing the field now is Kylie Reagan Henderson. Kylie is the daughter of Sean and Casey Henderson. Tonight she is escorted by her father. Kylie has been involved in many activities while in high school. She plays basketball and softball and participates in Spirit Leaders, an FFA, in which she raises and shows gear. Kylie's honors include induction into the National Honor Society and academic all-district awards for basketball and softball. Outside of school, Kylie is a member of Patton Baptist Church, where she helped create the Children's Church and volunteers with Vacation Bible School. She is also a member of K-Life, works on her family ranch, and volunteers with HEB's Group for Families in Camp Time. In her spare time, Kylie likes to work with her dad on the ranch, spending time with friends and family, and going to church. She also enjoys vacationing, shopping, and listening to country music. Her plans after graduation include attending McLennan Community College and transferring. After graduation, Kylie plans to attend McLennan Community College and transfer to Texas Tech University to pursue a degree in law because of her love for U.S. history and government. She hopes to carry on the family tradition of owning a ranch and raising livestock. Let's hear it again for Kylie Henderson. Now we welcome Bailey Brooke Owen. Bailey is the daughter of Fred and Teresa Owen. Bailey is escorted tonight by her father. At school, Bailey participates in the Scouts program and is a spirit leader. She also runs track and plays volleyball. Bailey's honors include induction into the National Honor Society. While not at school, Bailey enjoys attending church at First Baptist Church of Lorena, where she leads worship for children and youth ministries. She also works at Reach Therapeutic Riding Center, where she leads horse lessons for individuals with special needs. She also works at Hook and Ladder Construction. In her free time, Bailey enjoys volunteering, mission work, and sports. After graduation, Bailey plans to attend McLennan Community College and enroll in the nursing program, where she hopes to earn her registered nurse title so that she can pursue further medical work. Ladies and gentlemen, Bailey Owen. Now making his way across the 2019 Homecoming King, Zane Grimm. Zane is the son of Dr. Rusty and Jennifer Grimm. He is accompanied tonight by the 2018 Homecoming Queen, Grayson Goolsby. Grayson is the daughter of Sean and Stephanie Goolsby. Grayson is currently attending Texas A&M University and is majoring in human resources. At LHS, our homecoming king plays on the varsity football team, where he currently serves as the team captain. Zane is a member of the state qualifying weight coaching team. He currently serves as FFA president and has previously served as class president. Zane also participates in the Big Angler Network, Texas Bass Federation, and the Rotary Youth Leadership Camp. His achievements include currently representing his class as salutatorian, and his awards include All-A Honor Roll, Academic Excellence, and Exemplary Achievement in various courses, and Most Outstanding Rotary Youth Leadership Camp Counselor Newcomer. In addition, Zane is a member of the National Honor Society. In his spare time, Zane enjoys all things outdoors, fishing, hunting, and camping. He also enjoys spending time with family and occasionally yo-yoing. After graduation, Zane plans on going to college to possibly pursue physical therapy. While attending college, he hopes to join a fishing team. Please join me in congratulating Zane Grimm. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. Your 2019 Lorena High School Homecoming Queen is Bailey Owen.
We're at halftime here in Lorena. You just heard the announcement of the homecoming queen for the 2019 season, and it is Bailey Owen. So congratulations to Bailey Owen and all of the homecoming court.
Let's hear it again for Bailey
Zane Grimm, the homecoming king.
If the court would please move down the track towards the concession stand.
David Gibson alongside Jared Brown up here in the booth. And 8 minutes remaining here during halftime is what we're seeing on the clock. Lorena up 27-13. You should know that they will get the football when we return from the half. And Jerry, what do you expect to see on this first drive of the second half for Lorena?
I feel like we've yet to really see the offense in full swing because we've had so much success just kind of throwing the ball at the flat at the time more and letting him make plays. And so I think that depending on which end, which direction Leopards are going, if they're going into the wind, you're probably going to see a heavy dose of A.J. Brim, Rhett Hansen, maybe Weston Falkenberry getting in the game and getting some carries, just trying to move the ball down the field, chew up some clock, just playing fundamental sound football, and just moving the ball methodically down the field, playing fundamental football, doing what they want to do, run their offense. If they're going into the wind, you may see them try to maybe run the ball a few times and then hit one over the top. Long play to somebody like Ty or McCray Lewis if he can get open. Yeah. I think the main thing you want to do is move the ball, not make any mistakes, no penalties, and come out fundamentally safe.
And in terms of possessions, right? I mean, when you choose to defer for the second half, you're basically saying is we're going to try to win the possession battle in the first half and then get that sort of extra possession to start the second half. Teague kind of offset that when they score on the first drive and then recover their own onside kick. Really kind of changed things a little bit.
Right, absolutely, and I think it kind of put Lorena in a difficult situation where they were to get a stop or going to be down, going to be down early in the ball game. They were able to do that, come back, tie the game, then eventually go ahead, get some turnovers on fourth down, and continue to move the ball, put the ball in the end zone, and leave the first half up 27-13.
Just taking a quick look at stats. And actually, I tell you what, we got about 6 minutes left in halftime. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. You are listening to the Lorena Leopards football broadcast on Syntex Pond, sponsored by CTSN. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
The Toby Miller
Mount
family
Vernon's
has a
at halftime.
proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Dawn, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in the car business. Toby's Auto Sales. When you're faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service. Are you in the market? When you're faced with an Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
Welcome back into the booth here at Leopard Field in Lorena, Texas. Our second home game of the season. Is that right? Second? China Spring on the road? Yeah, second home game of the season. And the Leopards have come out of the locker room. They are making their way towards their inflatable tunnel. A new tunnel this year, by the way. Lots of the same people who stepped up to support the broadcast also paid for that sucker. That thing certainly wasn't cheap looking. But
no, it's sharp, David. You got the leopard paw and the LL on it. Looks really good.
Really tough. As the teams are going through their stretching protocol there before we start the second half of play, about 2.5 minutes left before the second half of play. Just looking over some of these stats here, Jared. Ben mentioned during the break that Teague outgained us 201 to 168. But look at their number of plays, 34 plays to our 15. Some of that is recovering the onside kick, getting an interception. We've definitely not been we haven't been our best friend, known best friend tonight. Yards per play, Jared, 11 yards for Lorena to 6 yards per play for Teague.
Right, so you could make the argument that while we haven't run that many plays, we have been a model of efficiency.
Yeah.
11 yards a play.
So if we're doubling their yards per play, then essentially we're at the same situation.
Absolutely.
Perhaps more rested, I don't know. Our rushing attack tonight is surprising. Theirs is not at all surprising. They have 120 yards on 18 attempts, about averaging close to 7 yards per carry. We're not bad, 5.3 yards per carry, but only 8 attempts. Receiving on the evening, 126 yards. A lot of that is Ty Moore. Is all of that Ty Moore? Yards per catch, right around 25 yards. Lots of penalties there in the first. 10 penalties in the first half, 7 of which were on Teague. And here come the Leopards out of their inflatable tunnel with their smoke blowing, and we're about to get the second half underway. 53 seconds before halftime. We're going to go ahead and take a final break before we start the second half of play. You're listening to the Lorena Leopards football broadcast on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond. We'll have the second half when we come back.
Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
Welcome back into Leopard Field. David Gibson alongside Jared Brown. Clay Gibson on the board this evening. Ben Huey on stats, and it looks like we might be attempting a potential onside kick here. They decided to kick it deep, does Teague. Going to bounce at the goal line and then go out of the back of the end zone as Teague was kicking with the wind. So the Leopards will have the ball at the 25-yard line to start the second half of play, and an opportunity to put quite a bit of distance now in front between them and Teague as they're up 27-13, as Lorena is up 27-13.
Interesting that Teague wanted to put the wind at their back in this third quarter rather than have it coming home. I guess the idea is that we're kicking off. We want to pin Lorena as deep as possible in a hope to play the field position game, get the ball back, and try to go in and score and cut into that 27-13 lead.
Yeah. Bradley Lina back in the shotgun, looking to throw. Now throws, caught by Ty. He tries to make a man miss, manages to wrestle his way across the 25-yard line up to the 26 for about a gain of 1. That'll bring up second down and 9.
Yeah, it looked like some confusion there. I don't know if it was supposed to be a quick pass. Wasn't there initially, so Moore had to work his way open. And out there playing both ways tonight was Namir Harrod making that tackle.
So McCray Lewis split out wide to the right-hand side. Twins left. Lina's looking Moore's way. Throws the ball out in the flat. Caught at the 35. Slips the tackle. Now he's up. Well, didn't slip it, but he wrestles his way up across the 35. Should be very close to a first down, and they are going to move the chains. So 1st and 10 for Lorena, and I'm going to remind you, first downs are brought to you by Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service.
Yeah, David, it looks like Lorena's just taking what Teague's going to give him. Moore's just finding a spot. Looks like they're playing a zone defense in the secondary, so he's just finding an open spot, settling down there, and Lina's hitting him.
Kylan Bernardi being replaced by Riley Boozer on the offensive line. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Brim and lineup in the backfield. They're going to give it to Brim right up the middle, running hard. Going to push his way toward for maybe a couple of yards up to the 37. And that'll bring up second down and 8.
Yeah, Brim's kind of struggled tonight to find those holes, but some of those Teague defensive linemen, Josh Perez for one, plugging that gap, making it really difficult on the Leopard running game to get going.
Now Kylan Bernardi back in for Lorena on the offensive line. Lina have jumping on the front for Teague, and let's see, wait on the call. There's a flag down. Offsides against Teague, and that'll be the Lions' 8th penalty on the night.
Yeah, it looked like the encroachment there. They jumped into the neutral zone, which caused the Lorena offensive lineman to raise up, which is a defensive penalty. So
put you in a little bit of a different offensive thought here as well, rather than having second down and 8. Now you've got second down and 3 with potentially a chance to take a shot here before you try to pick up the first down. Lina back there, he's rolling left. Going to have the first down up across the 45, and then he's tackled near the 47-yard line. So that'll move the chains for another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, and just another way to keep the ball on the ground. Lina comes out running almost like a speed option to the right with Brim as his pitch man, and just decided to keep it, turn up field, get what he can get.
Didn't look like much of a read there. He was going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, real easy when the defensive end steps up toward the running back. You're just going to put your foot in the ground, turn up field, and go.
9:53 remaining. Clock runs. Lorena up 27-13 in the third quarter of play. The ball on their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Moore comes in motion. They're going to give it to Brim up the middle. Has a little bit of a seam, 50 across the 45 of Teague, and then tackled. And we have a late push. And another flag coming in late, and I think that's going to go on Teague.
Yeah, it looked like Zach Tier was just trying to get up, and the Teague defensive lineman just knocked him down again. Well after the whistle, flag came in from the referee from a long way away.
It's hard not to laugh because that was so blatant. Just to be clear real quick, the run was initially for 8 yards by A.J. Brand. He was tackled right around the 45. After that should be an unsportsmanlike penalty, although they are, okay, they're saying false start against Lorena, or illegal procedure against Lorena, then unsportsmanlike conduct against Teague. So they're marching off the first 5-yard penalty there against Lorena. It's going to put the ball back at the 42. And then now here goes the 15-yard marks the other direction.
And sometimes I wonder why the defensive linemen walk forward as they're marching the initial play back 5 yards, knowing they're going to come back 15. It's almost if they stand in front of the official that they won't mark the full 15 off. But
yeah, that is very funny.
Nonetheless, it's going to bring up what looks like a 2nd down and 1.
So
first down and 1.
We don't see that very often. Well, no, now they move the chains. So is it 1st and 10? 1st and 10 at the 43. Lina has it, gives it to Brim, looking for room, bangs into the line, maybe a yard or two. Tackle around the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. So a pickup of 2 on that carry by A.J. Brim.
Jellicoe Green playing both ways as a running back and linebacker. Also Ty Abram playing a linebacker, come up and make the tackle.
Here you go, Lorena with some tempo now. More jumping against Teague. Flags fly. Lina's going to take a shot downfield into the wind. Overthrown, incomplete. That was intended for McCray Lewis.
And Lewis had a step out there on Herod, but just couldn't quite come down with the play. Looks like it's going to be an offsides against Teague, so really a free play for the Leopards.
I'll tell you what, you get behind Herod, you're showing some speed. That guy has some wheels, and for McCray Lewis to get behind Herod to have a step on him like that says a lot about McCray's potential. Just a sophomore. So here we go. Michael Moore is in the game for Lorena. He's lined up in the far slot. You got Rhett Hansen is the up back. Brim's lined up just behind him. Lina, and he's going to send Michael Moore in motion in front of Lina. They give it to him. Moore's looking for room. He's trying to get across the 35. He run out of bounds after a pickup of maybe 1. And that'll bring up, 2nd down and 3rd down and 2, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, it almost looks like he may have lost half a yard on that play. Just couldn't, coming to the near side, couldn't quite get turned upfield. Good pursuit by Luke Stacks, Ty Abram as well. So important 3rd down for the Leopards here.
Now Michael Moore replaced by Ty Moore. Ty Moore's going to line up on the near side slot. The ball is spotted on the near side hash right at the 35-yard line. Lorena needs the 33 for a new set of downs. Sam Ives lined up all by himself on the far side of the field. Red Hansen, the up back, lined up left. A.J. Brim lined up right, slightly behind Lina. They send Ty Moore in motion to the far side. They fake it to Moore. They give it to Brim. 35, 30, busting the tackles across the 25-yard line. And that'll be enough for a Jesse Britt Automotive 1st down.
Yeah, fantastic job by the offensive line. Jacob Turley, James Dixon, and the rest of those guys really opening up a hole for Brim, getting a good push off the ball, allowing him to get into the secondary and pick up a big 1st down for the Leopards.
So now the clock's still running at 8:35 here in the 3rd quarter of play. Lorena trying to take their offensive possession to start the half and put it in the end zone. Lina gets a play from the sideline, walks up, tells the offensive line. 2 wide receivers left. Red Hansen slides left, now slides back to his right in the backfield. They give it to Brim, running to the near side. He is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Luke Stacks coming up from the defensive end position to really stuff that run. Drew Satterwhite coming up from the safety position as well, so just wasn't a whole lot there for Brim.
So once again, Lorena trying to move fairly quickly. They got McCray Lewis to the near side. Looks like Ty Moore in the slot. Fake it to A.J. Brim. Bradley rolling left. Gonna run it. 25, 20. And a flag comes down near the sideline. I think that was a flag.
Yeah, a flag came in. I think where you could be looking at there is potential either a hold or a block in the back.
The way that was thrown was strange. It almost looked like it was thrown out of bounds. The flag, I mean. We have a hold against Lorena, so that'll be coming back.
Yeah, it's coming from that far side linesman who's looking down the line of scrimmage, and so he sees that play.
So it looks like it was a spot foul at the 20. So they're going to, well, no, actually at the 18 is where it happened. So it's not quite as serious of a penalty. Ball now spotted at the 28-yard line. 2nd down and looks to be about 14. Lorena needs the 15-yard line to pick up a new set of downs. Lina stands at the 33 of Teague. Ty Moore comes in motion. Lina puts the ball on the ground. He's under a lot of pressure. Screenplay caught by Brim. Look out. 25, 20, gets a block. 15, 10, cuts it back. Tackled out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
And David, if ever there was a perfect play to have called when your quarterback was going to fumble the snap, it's a screen play, because those defensive players see that ball on the ground and they make a run for it, leaving the running back wide open to catch that screen pass and run for a long way.
It's a great point. You know, stay at home and those screen passes can get blown up, but you put the ball on the turf and everybody. Well, do we have another flag on the play? Apparently we do.
Coming back for another hold.
All right, well, the ball is spotted now at the 17-yard line, so a net gain of 1 there. But that brings up 2nd down and 11. Okay, so 2 wide receivers to the near side. McCray Lewis, I believe that's Ty Moore and at the near hash. Lina looking this way. He's under some pressure. Going to step up and throw across the middle of the field. Incomplete. Now, was that intercepted? I believe it was.
Yeah, it looks like it was intercepted, and unfortunate. Nobody was lined up over Ty Moore, so he had a free release and was coming back to the football. It looks like he just took his eye off of it for a moment, slipped through his hands, and Teague comes up with the interception.
Yeah, a rare I wouldn't call it a drop pass, I guess, but rare non-catch there by Ty Moore. Ball in and out of his hands, pops up in the air, and Teague makes a nice play there to fall on it and catch it. And that's a pretty big momentum-turning play there for Teague, Jared, as Lorena looked to be trying to put 3 scores between them.
Absolutely, they're marching down the field, moving the ball well. So to get a turnover here could be huge for that for the Teague offense. See if they can establish that running game again and move the ball down the field and try to cut into that 27-13 lead.
So let's see if that breathes a little life into the Teague offense. Jellicoe Green in the backfield with Bodine. Bodine looks to the sideline, gets the play call. Lorena shifts, and we have a movement on the offensive line by Teague. Not sure if they were responding to that Lorena shift or not, but that should be a false start against Teague, and it is.
Yeah, if there's one staple in a Donnie Snodgrass defense, it's going to be the defensive linemen kind of adjusting right there at the line of scrimmage before the snap, and it often causes those offensive linemen to get confused and jump.
So now the ball moved backwards, going to be spotted inside the 10. Going to hand it off to Green. He's got a little bit of a seam up near the 10-yard line. He's tackled there. Nice play by...
Looked like E.J. Borman coming in from his defensive end linebacker spot to get low and just try to tackle Green around the ankles.
As well as Taylor McCown, number 52 there. So both those guys on the right side doing a great job of maintaining their gap integrity, and then they're wrapping up against a big fella. 6:43 remaining in the third quarter. The Leopards up 27-13. Just turned the ball over inside the Teague red zone. Here's Bodine looking to throw. Going to step up, downfield. Should have been intercepted and dropped. Right about the 25-yard line. Cade Walker, great job being in position, but couldn't bring it in, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and I guess that's 13.
Yeah, looks like 3rd and 13. Cade Walker right in the position you want to be in. I think he was expecting that ball to be caught, so didn't have his hands up ready to catch it. It hit him right in the 6.
Yeah. Got to keep that one off the shoulder pads, I think. So here we go. 3rd down and 12 is what they're saying, but it looks to be closer to 13. They need the 23, and the ball spotted at the 10. Rolling to the far side is Bodine. Lofts the ball downfield. This one is intercepted at the 15 and blocked out of bounds inside the 10. That's Dalen Browder, the junior defensive back.
And interesting play there. Jarrett Bodine rolling to the right. All of his receivers coming across the field to the right. Looked like he had a receiver deeper on a cross open. Tried to go to the underneath guy. Browder stepped up and made the pick.
Kason Pitts comes off the field with that fired up Lorena defense, waving his arms in the air, telling the crowd to get pumped. 6:20 remaining, and now the Leopards basically get the ball back where they were before the interception.
Yeah, now we're going to see if we can come in and just kind of, I would look to see them try to grind it in there, keep it on the ground as best they can, try to take up the rest of the time in this third quarter, put the ball in the end zone. And
so one quick notice, Ty Moore back at the tight end position. Let's see if they do that throwback again. He's lined up on the right side as a tight end. Red Hansen's up back there, optioning instead. Lina keeps it. He's down inside the 5-yard line. Hit hard, but they give him the 4, so that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 4 after a gain of about 5 by Lina.
Yeah, again, just kind of that speed option to the left this time. And as soon as that that outside linebacker or defensive end moves up the field, he's going to put his foot in the ground, cut up field, and get what he can.
Leopards hustling to the line of scrimmage. Bremen line up back there. Brett Hansen back on the right-hand side. Trey Lewis all by himself way out here outside the numbers, and the ball's on the far hash. Bradley Lina puts the ball on the ground. Actually a bad snap, and he recovers it back at the 20-yard line. So what was 2nd down and 4 is now going to be 3rd down and goal from the 20.
And Turley won't enjoy watching that on the tape tomorrow. Just kind of skipped it back to Lina, who looked like he wanted to pick it up initially and try to make something out of it, but too many Teague defenders on him, so he did the smart thing and just fell on the ball.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to imply at all that that was Bradley's fault. He certainly wasn't. That ball never got above the ankles. So Lina, that time it does hit him in the hands, hits the turf, lofts the ball down towards the end zone. Going to be for Ty Moore. He's hit before the ball gets there, but they rule it incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down and goal from the 20. So, chance for a field goal or take a shot at the end zone. Jared, what do you do?
I mean, it's a 37-yard field goal you're going into. It looks like the flags have kind of fallen a little bit, so maybe not like the
Maybe
big
10 to 15, maybe?
Yeah.
20? I don't know.
I
Guessing
think
up to 20?
Up 14 here. Figure out what plays you've got that you can put in the end zone, and just rely on your athletes to go make a play.
You know, one thing Coach Biles mentioned to me that they haven't really run this year is the jump ball to Ty. If you can give Lina a little bit of time here, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see them throw it up for Ty. Lina's looking to throw. Got pressure from the right-hand side, rolling to his right at the 20, 15, going to run it out of bounds at the 12. And that's going to be a turnover on down. So Teague will take over at the 12. What do you think about the decision not to throw there?
I think it's much better. Just even if you take what you get, you turn it over on downs. But now Teague's got the ball at their own 11, on 12, as opposed to throwing an interception in the end zone.
That could
ball
be
comes
taken
out
back
to
to
the
the
20.
Right, yeah.
Again, I think probably the message to Lina is don't do anything foolish that's going to turn the ball over. And give Teague any kind of a chance at a return. Just get what you can get, and
at this point, it's mistakes that are gonna hurt Lorena.
Right. Keep them pinned down. You know, when you're 90 yards from the end zone, it's hard to score.
So it's 1st down and 10 from the 12. 4:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Bodine looking over the defense. Casey Pitts comes up in the middle and shows blitz. Now backs out. Sir John Strain here on the near side, tight pressure. Bodine's confused. He tries to hand the ball off the green, but he doesn't have anything there. And he's driven back hard by a host of Leopards, led by Sir John Strain, as well as Callan Weaver and Jordan Jackson that time. Good job of being there for the defense. That'll bring up 2nd down. They say he got a yard, so 2nd down and 9 from the 13.
Yeah, again, just a good example of all 11 guys flying to the football, making the gang tackle, preventing a big gain.
2nd down and 9 as the clock nears the 4:20 mark. Ball's on the 13. Bodine and Green back there. 2 wide receivers right, 2 left. Quarterback looks to throw. Ball's batted up in the air, falls incomplete to the ground.
Boy, great job by Callan Weaver anticipating that quick pass. Got his hands up in the air like he's playing volleyball and knocked that ball to the ground.
Great play there as it brings up now 3rd down and long. And Leopards have a chance to get off the field and maybe get some decent field position. If you're just joining us, Zane Grimm has not played this evening. And the Leopards are defense fighting valiantly to play in his absence. Up 27-13 here at 4:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They fake the handoff to Green. Going to throw a ball deep downfield. It's well overthrown by a good 6 or 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down now for Teague.
Yeah, it looks like Bodine wanted Satterwhite down the near side on the go route. Just got the ball in the air. That wind took it well overthrown.
Yeah, both quarterbacks really have struggled this game dealing with the wind. Ball sailing on them. Satterwhite had a step or two on Sir John, but that pass well overthrown. So Ty Moore stands back at outside the 45-yard line of Teague. He actually stands outside the far hash, so it's...
I think given the rugby-style punt from earlier, expecting the ball to come that way.
Yeah, not go left. Now Ty moves more to the center of the field. So standing back at the 5-yard line. Is that Roberto Escobedo? I can't see his number. Wobbly kick going to the far side of the field. Going to bounce out of bounds at around the 46-yard line of Teague. So going to be good field position. That was a 33-yard kick by the kicker for Teague. And with 3:55 remaining, the Leopards are going to get the ball back with a chance to now put 3 scores between them.
And it looks like Juan Bernal was on the punt for the Lions. Again, 33-yard kick. Leopards are going to have the ball in Lions territory, looking to go in and add to their 2-touchdown lead.
Ty Moore and Sam Ives are going to line up left. Michael Moore and McCray Lewis are stacked here on the near side. So full wide receivers. Brim and line in the backfield. They snap it directly to Brim. He's inside the 50, down to the 45-yard line. They had moved the ball back to the 49 on first down, so that's about a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, and that direct snap to the running back is something we started seeing last year to
Bell.
A.J. Bell,
Yeah.
and seemed to have a lot of success with it. It can really confuse the defense, so good to see him incorporating that with Brim this year.
Now Moore comes over to the near side. They have 3 wide receivers. That's McCray, Moore, and Ty Moore and Michael Moore. They hand it again to Brim. Up the middle, 40. Slips a man 35, 30, 25, 20, down to the 15-yard line, A.J. Brim. Big first down for the Leopards. And a first down that's brought to you by Jesse Britt Automotive.
Yeah, good job by the big hogs up front to open up the hole. Brim got by those linebackers, made a quick move, and up the field he goes. He's got breakaway speed when he gets into the open field.
Failed to mention that last defensive stop by the Leopards brought to you by Walk-In Tubs of Texas for safety, for therapy, and for pleasure. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Bradley Line and A.J. Brim. They're going to give to Brim again. They're trying to wear him out. 15, 10, look out, 5, touchdown, but a flag comes down in an area that would probably be holding. If it stands, it's a 15-yard touchdown by Lorena's A.J. Brim, but it's coming back.
Yeah, it looked like, when something looks too good to be true, it usually is. And Brim had a huge hole around the right side to run and get into the end zone. But alas, coming back for a hold.
Weston Falconberry checking in for the Leopards. A fresh set of legs. Falconberry has some nice speed. A.J. Brim and now Falconberry in the backfield. Michael Moore, Ty Moore, Sam Ives are the wide receivers from inside to out on the far side of the field. McCray Lewis here on the near side. And Lina gets the play from the sideline. The Leopards walk up. The ball spotted at the 25-yard line. Weston now lines up right. Ty Moore in motion. They're going to hand it to Falconberry, 25. Forces his way down to the 21-yard line to pick up a 4 there. Bring up second down and 16. They can pick up a first down at the 5-yard line if they're able to do so. 2:39 on the clock. Scoreboard brought to you this season. The Gail Kelly scoreboard brought to you by Billy Kelly's CPA. Here's Lina and now Brim, I believe, back in there. Brim across the 20. Falls forward down to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, Brim with a good hard run brought down by Sebastian Carter for Teague, and also it looks like Luke Stacks. So Brim running hard, grounding out those tough yards, bringing up a 3rd and 11.
2 wide receivers right, 2 left. Bradley Lina stands in there, now turns and looks to the sideline. The wide receivers are McCray Lewis and Michael Moore on the near side. Ty Moore is in the slot on the far side with Sam Ives out wide. A.J. Brim lined up left of Bradley Lina, who stands at the 21-yard line awaiting the snap. He has it. They fake it to Brim. Looking Ty Moore's way. He's running it out in the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. And no flags on that play. That one's going to stand. It's 1:42 remaining in the third quarter. Lorena has finally put that 3rd touchdown. Oh my goodness. I spoke too soon. I apologize at home, fans.
Looked like they're calling an illegal procedure against the Leopards. I don't think Coach Biles is very happy, and it looks like Coach Graves is not happy as well. So don't know what the officials saw, but nonetheless, the play's coming back.
Yeah, definitely some strong movements from the Lorena sideline. But nevertheless, the Leopards now 3rd down and
16.
I believe it's 16. They need the 5. Ball spot at the 21-yard line. Lina has it rolling right. A.J. AJ stays in there to pass protect. Now line is going to run. 25, 20, 15. He's going to get out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And so that'll bring up 4th down, but he picks up a pretty nice chunk there to bring up about 4th down and 6, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like he had a whole lot of room over there on the left side of the field. By the time he decided to tuck it and run, Teague had seen what he was going to do and got over there to him, forced him out of bounds.
Am I thinking right? This is the second possession, Lorena's second possession of the third quarter?
That's correct.
So there's been 3 possessions so far, and we almost have burned up the third quarter.
Right, that first possession they ran over 5 minutes off the clock.
So Bradley Lyndon now, he's back at the 17-yard line. They need the 5. Options left, puts it on the ground, sloppy play, Brim out of bounds back at the 21-yard line, and that'll bring up, well, actually that's a turnover on downs now. The Leopards turn the ball over to Teague.
Yeah, it looked like Lina didn't exactly see the pitch man, put it behind Brim. He had to kind of turn around and just more or less by the time he got to the ball was out of bounds. So unfortunate turnover and downs for the Leopards. But again, another chance for the defense to step up and make something happen.
You know, I got to say though, I don't like obviously don't like the play happening that way, but concerns me a bit that we're up 2 scores, and now Teague has the ball. With the game becoming very shortened, they have a chance to get back in it if they were able to somehow run some clock and score a touchdown. Now Lorena's going to be feeling a bit of pressure. That's probably looking a little putting the cart before the horse a bit, but would have loved to have seen a third touchdown between them. So here we go. Bodine is back there. He's got Green in the I formation. They hand it off to Green, and look out. Cross the 30-yard line, still running. 35, still running, down at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 on a 19-yard run. 18-yard run by Gallico Green.
Yeah, S.J. Strange is hanging on for dear life, trying to get a strip in there. But, I mean, Gallico Green just so big and strong. Once he gets in that open field, it's dangerous.
Not real sharp tonight on either side of the ball. Guys are fighting hard, hanging in there, but mistakes on that last couple of drives really hurt us. As the clock dips inside a minute here in the third quarter of play. So it's Bodine's the quarterback. Gallico Green, they stand at the their own 34-yard line. They're waiting on it. They're going to give it to Green again, running to the far side. Somebody gets a hold of his jersey, and then he wrestles forward to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Callan Weaver coming up to make that tackle, and then it looked like might have been Tyler Sparks hanging on for dear life, hanging on to Green's jersey.
Actually, a really important grab of the jersey there, though. It didn't allow Green to get a lot of momentum going forward until the rest of the defense showed up. So good play there by Tyler. 2nd down and 8 from the 41. 17 seconds left on the clock. It's actually the exact same amount of time as the play clock. So we'll wait and see if Teague is content to let it run out. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and Bodine heads to the sideline. It looks like we're headed for the third quarter of play. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here from the booth as we have seen a full 3 quarters of play here from Leopard Field. Your Lorena Leopards up 27-13. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-in Tubs of Texas.
Welcome back into Leopard Field. David Gibson, Jared Brown here in the booth this evening. Chris has the night off, if you will, headed down to the Baylor-Rice game. Probably driving into a pretty some wet weather this evening. Jared, we think we might have seen an actual game canceled. We don't have confirmation of that, but
Absolutely. Fellow District 8 4A foe Mahia was supposed to go down and play Cold Spring Oakhurst, and when I went to check the score, initially it said forfeit, and then checked it again, and it just said 0-0 was the final. So that's all I can assume is that game was canceled due to the weather.
So here we go, Teague trying to get back in this ball game. They have the ball at their 41. It's 2nd down and 8. Big play here. We have a little bit of motion on the right side, but he resets. Hand it to Green, 40. 45, 47-yard line, I believe, maybe the 46. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. And this is a pretty big play here in the football game.
Yeah, absolutely. Chance for Lorena to get a stop, defense to maybe get off the field. Looks like E.J. Borman a little shaken up on the play.
Cade Migna checking in to replace him there.
Yeah, Reed Migna coming on.
Thank you. Cade's last year.
Yeah, his eligibility's used up.
It wouldn't be bad if he was, though. All right, here we go. Lorena now in tight. They're thinking run, you can tell. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage. Bodine has the snap. He gives it to Green. He's got room. He is going to be close to the first down, but pushed back at the 48. He's going to be a yard short unless that far side of – wow. What kind of spot is that? I'm sorry, fans at home. I stopped talking right in the middle of my sentence. That is – he was a yard short, and they're going to move the chains and give him first down and 10.
Generous would be an understatement on the spot of that football because he was barely past the 48, and they've spotted the ball past the 49 and given him the first down.
10:50 remaining now. So a break for Teague. The ball spotted just out over the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield. 2 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. The ball's on the near hash as Bodine turns and talks to Green. He stands back inside his own 45-yard line. Now claps his hands. Fakes it to Green. Some confusion in the backfield. Now Bodine breaks loose 50. Going to be knocked out of bounds right at the 45-yard line by Sir John Strain.
Good job by Strain stepping up, making the play. Like I said, some confusion there. Who was supposed to get the ball? I think Jellicoe Green wasn't expecting it. Bodine tried to put it in his belly, and all of a sudden nobody knew who was supposed to have the ball and who was supposed to do what. Green
was like, I don't want that. 10:24 remaining as Bodine had been run out of bounds by Strain. 2nd down and 4. It's an important series. The Leopards need to get off the field and keep that 2-score lead. So Bodine's getting the call from the sideline. He now stands at his 50. Going to give it to Green. He's got the 45. Gets a little bit outside. Now cuts it back inside. He's down to the 40. The flag comes in. Tell you what, we have had a lot of penalties this evening. It's a hold against Teague, and before that penalty, Ben had been communicating to me during the break that Lorena's penalty yardage actually had exceeded now Teague's based on those several penalties we had down in the red zone. So just a strange night all around.
Yeah, I think if Tom Brady was watching this game, he would have turned it off by now.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Yeah, he was watching the game Thursday night, and there were so many penalties. He sent out a tweet that he was turning the game off because he couldn't watch it anymore because of all the penalty yards.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to keep watching, but I don't blame him.
No, and it's been kind of a sloppy game.
Yeah, it really has.
The wind has kind of played havoc with some things. A lot of holding calls.
I know the coaches wanted to look sharper than this, though. You know, they definitely were thinking this is our final warm-up for district play, and here's the handoff. Man, Tyler Sparks has absolutely blown up the offensive lineman, and he actually makes the tackle as well back at the 41-yard line. A loss of 4 there, all by Tyler Sparks.
Yeah, it looked like he shot that gap, blew right by Josh Perez, the right guard. Was in the backfield almost before Bodine could get the ball in Namir Harrod's belly, and then made the tackle himself. So outstanding individual effort by Tyler Sparks.
So ball, they gave his forward progress to the 42. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 18. Bodine's back there by himself. He has an up back. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. They send Harrod in motion. They give it to Harrod. He's trying to get to the corner. Remember, he's got speed. He is wrapped up and then absolutely pummeled at the 45-yard line by Callan Weaver.
Yeah, it's one of those plays you dream about as a linebacker where defensive linemen and some other guys have the guy popped up and you get to kind of come in and clean it up.
They set him up on a tee. That was big hit by Callan. So 4th down and about 14, I think is what they're going to say. You would expect Teague, who's kind of trying to hang around a little bit, although the clock now is nearing the 8.5-minute mark.
I think if you're Teague, you got to punt this football away, play good defense, try to get the ball back, and go score.
Man runs on the field late as they're in punt formation. Ty Moore stands back at the 30. looks like he wants to creep up even more. We'll wait and see what the wind does to this kick. Rugby-style kick. He is going to kick it off the side of his foot, and you see that happen a lot. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Teague. That's actually a punt for 0 yards.
Yeah, it looked like Bodine was back there in punt formation. Probably not their normal punter. He's probably got the option to run with the ball if he sees it, but the Lorena defense play in their, the punt safe formation, come up to stop any hopes of a fake, and he tries to kick it and shanks it off of his foot.
Well, so that's absolutely, if you're not going to gain any yards there on field position, you probably would have just gone for it, obviously, if they had known that. But 8:14 in the game, left to play. Lorena up 27-13. It's been sloppy, but we have a chance to do some good right here. Line stands at the 50. Brim in the backfield. They give it to Brim. Over there off right tackle, he gets inside the 45-yard line down to the 43, pickup of 2 or so.
Yeah, Zach Teague did a great job kind of pulling around and opening up a pretty big hole, but it was closed pretty quickly. Trying to get his number. Travis Lemons stepping up for Teague to make that play to limit Brim to a gain of 2.
Lina reverses out on a rollout, throws the ball downfield to Ty. Off his hands, incomplete around the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Failed to mention a while ago, Jared, that last stop by the Lepers brought to you by Walk-In Tubs of Texas for safety, for therapy, for pleasure.
I think Ty Moore's going to need a stint in the cold tub after this game with all the running. He took a pretty hard lick after that, unable to come up with that last catch, and Drew Satterwhite took advantage of the opportunity to lay a hit on him.
So 3rd down and 8 now. Leopards need the 35 if they want to keep the ball. Brim's lined up right. Brett Hansen is the up back on that side. Lina fakes the pitch across the middle, overthrown incomplete. It was intended for Red around the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down. Lorena in that kind of no-man's zone. What do you do here, Jared?
I think you trust your offense. I say that as the punt team comes on. Unfortunate play there, as a great scheme in that you fake the toss to Brim, which brings the linebacker up, left Red Hansen wide open over the middle. Lina just couldn't complete the pass. So looks like they're going to play it safe, try to pin Teague deep, play defense.
Well, we'll see, because occasionally they'll give old Ty Moore the green light on that rugby-style kick, let him read the defense a bit. We'll see what he decides here. Snap back to Ty. He has to go down to get it. He is going to kick it away. I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. Ball is going to bounce inside the 10, down to the goal line, and that was a little bit of a comedy of errors as 3 Leopards were there trying to kill the ball, and they ran into each other and let it go back for a touchback.
Boy, unfortunate. Bounced right there at the 1-yard line, and it looks like Weston Falconberry jumped up to swat it back, but landed on S.J. Strain, and the ball falls into the end zone for a touchback. So
last week against Lampasas, Ty Moore did that rugby-style kick, and he went off the side of his foot. I think it was a 7-yard punt. And he came over to the sideline, was really embarrassed, and he said, "Coach, that will never happen again." And so all week during practice, he was not using the rugby-style kick anymore. He said he was going to kick it traditional style, and he did on that one. He did not use that rugby-style kick. Wait and see how that affects the fake punt that he's kind of grown to love here in the last year or so. 7:29 remaining. Teague hanging around. Defensive line shifts left. Ball is snapped over the head of the quarterback. Flags fly. And we have a false start, I believe, against Teague.
Let's see what signal. You're right, illegal procedure against the Lions. It'll back them up 5 yards. Again, penalties just really making the field longer for the Lions tonight.
7:28 left to go in the football game. Lorena up 14 points here at homecoming. Bodine's the quarterback. Has the running back with him. That is Green. He manages to fight his way across the line of scrimmage. In a scrum up near the 20-yard line. 21, rather.
And if you had to call somebody out on the tackle for that, you'd say everybody but S.J. Strain, who had gone out of coverage. But I think the other 10 players all were within an arm's length of Green.
Well, he's a big fella. It takes all that to bring him down. How are we doing on breaks here? 6:53 now as the clock dips under 7 minutes. Bodine and Green back there at their own 15-yard line. They need the 30-ish to pick up a first down. They give it to Green, running far side, got momentum. Cross the 25, hit hard up around the 27-yard line and brought down there. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 is where they have it.
Yeah, Teague offensive line getting a lot of push right now. And you kind of got to do what you can to not give up the big play here. They have the ability to run the ball, but at this point, you got to wonder, is it going to be kind of a too little, too late thing?
Yeah, they're going to have to find a passing game late with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left if they want to get back in this ball game, have a chance at it. They hand it off to Green. He's bouncing around inside. That might be Herod, actually, the way he's moving. Across the 30, it's up close to a first down. They give him all the way up to the 32, and that's enough for a Teague first down. And I believe that was Herod.
David, you mentioned as far as the defense from last week kind of being in a bend, don't break mode. I think here it's just you don't want to give up the big play. Let them run the ball. Let the clock wind down. And let's try to get out of this last non-district game with a victory.
We need to start thinking about our Joe Pack player of the game here with about 5.5 minutes left. As Bodine stands back at his 27-yard line. Gonna fake the handoff to Herod, looking downfield, throws it out. It is, they're gonna say caught. Neither official really wants to make this call. Hard to tell. And
super tough call. He did come up. He did as he rolled over. Luke Stacks did have possession of the football. The question is, did it touch the ground at any point? It's going to be almost impossible to tell.
So they do give him credit for the reception up near the 38-yard line. So that brings up 2nd down and 4.
And to his credit, Andrew Britton had great coverage on him. Did the best he could to make the play. Just a good catch by Stacks.
Ball spotted at the 38. Teague needs their own 42 to pick up a new set of downs. Straight and Walker, defensive backs on the near side. A lot of pressure, hit in the backfield and sacked by Mickna back around the 32-yard line, and that'll keep that clock running and bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, Coach Snodgrass decided to come with the all-out blitz, bring in more guys than they can block, and Mickna with the sack. Huge play for the defense, real momentum builder, get this crowd into it. Defense has played really, outside of a few big plays, exceptional tonight.
So now 3rd down and 9. You got to think that this is where they might be going for it, even though they're not in great field position. A lot of pressure. Rolling to the near side of the field, being chased, and throwing the ball out of bounds. Taylor McCowan there with a lot of pressure, and Bodine just had to throw it away. There is a flag now.
Yeah, McCown more or less got tackled by Teague offensive lineman. Looks like Nate Evans. Unfortunate. Evans doing all he could to block him, and then McCown got by him, and Evans just kind of grabbed him around the legs and brought him down. McCown got up, still was able to.
Lorena does decline the penalty. That'll bring up 4th down and 9, 4:06 remaining. And if you're Teague and you really do want a shot at winning this football game, I don't think you can kick this one away. But they do bring on the kick team.
They still have both teams have all their timeouts remaining, so better job of clock management in this second half. So maybe Teague's thinking, well, if we can punt the ball, maybe get a turnover, get the ball back, and go score.
They're lined up as if they're going for it, although Drew Satterwhite now back there. There is an up back. I can't quite read his number. Satterwhite catches the 25. He's going to fake it. 30. Can he get outside? He does. Does he get the first down? It's very close. The official gives him an incredible spot up to the 44-yard line, and it's a first down Teague. I'm sure that's the correct spot on being on the far side of the field. Obviously, I'm not over there, but man, did it look like he went back closer to the 40.
Yeah, Britton a little shaken up on the play. Did everything he could to get up and keep Satterwhite from turning the corner, but just couldn't quite hang on. He's able to kind of turn that corner and get pushed out of bounds, but not before he reached the first down marker.
Braden Browder checking into the ball game for the Leopards. Looks like Sir John Strain might be coming out. There's a little bit of confusion as to who's staying in and who's staying out. And now Ty Moore runs on late.
Yeah, it looks like with Britton hurt, Browder came on, but S.J. Strain needed to come off too. He was a little shaken up, so needed to get one more on there. So.
Well, so first down and 10 on the good play call there for Teague. They pick up the first down on the Satterwhite run. And Teague maintains possession, and we're under 4 minutes to play. They're down to the Leopards 27-13. A lot of pressure by Ariano. Is going to knock the quarterback backwards and forces the quick throw incomplete up near the 42-yard line. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good to see Ariano finally breaking through and putting pressure on the quarterback. With that 3-man front, it's just so hard for them to get off those blocks, but he really did a phenomenal job there to pressure Bodine into making the incomplete pass.
Clock stops with 3:52 remaining in the football game. Just enough time left, and strange things have happened this game to keep me a little bit nervous.
Well, it's been really good to see guys like Cade Walker and Dalen Browder step up tonight in the absence of Zane Grimm in that defensive backfield.
They give it to Green. He's coming to the near side. One man loses containment across the 50, knocked out of bounds. An excellent open field tackle that time by Dalen Browder up around the 49-yard line of the Leopards. Close to a first down, but he's short by 2.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about the great job he and Cade Walker have done tonight. Really stepping up, and I think we want to say that we did get a word on Zane Grimm. They're holding him out tonight, just precautionary, nothing serious. Just kind of struggling with some illness all week, and I just think they didn't want to push him tonight to be in a non-district game. It's been a great opportunity for Browder and Walker to step up, get some quality playing time tonight, a lot of snaps, and because they're going to need them once they get into district play.
Well, we had a penalty on the field. Surprise, surprise. Ball's marked all the way back at the 33-yard line. So 2nd down and a long way. 2nd and 20. As Bodine stands at the 30. Gives it to Green. 35, 40. Stiff arms a man. Hit hard, but bounces off the tackle across the 45. Out of bounds around the 50-yard line. Big hit that time.
S.J. Strain gave it everything he had and just bounced off of Joko Green.
So a physics lesson there, right?
The irresistible force meets the immovable object.
Exactly. I think mass went out that time over speed. Clock stops at 3:20. They pick up a lot of that back, so about a 15-yard gain that time by Green. The ball spotted now at the 48-yard line. 3rd down, and it appears to be about 6. Jumping on the right-hand side, and the offensive lineman for Teague hangs his head. He knows he did wrong there, and they're going to march it backwards with the false start. That'll move the ball back to the 43-yard line. They need the 46 of Lorena, so we're talking about 13 yards now to pick up a first down. You got to think they're going to probably take 2 plays here to try to do it as we're nearing the 3-minute mark. Ball's on the ground. Back inside the 30, inside the 25. Hit! Back inside the 20. Quarterback takes it to the ground. They're going to mark as forward progress up at the 20-yard line as Bodine. But
yeah, it looked like a bad snap, and ball just bounced funny. Reed Mickna followed all the way in, and Bodine had no choice but just to try to fall on it. Otherwise, he'd be giving up possession.
So what was about 3rd down and 13 is now, I'm going to struggle to even count this. Let's see. There's 10, 20, 33. 4th down and 34 to go. Ball spotted at the 20, yep, and they need the 46. I'm not sure they could punt it that far. 2:35 as the clock continues to run. Bodine letting the clock run down. 5, 4 on the clock, 3 on the clock, 2. They take a timeout. So Bodine looks a little bit shaken up. He's slow to get off the field. We're going to go ahead and take a break here in the booth. The score with 2:25 remaining. Lorena's on top here at homecoming over Teague, 27-13. We'll be right back after these messages brought to you by Syntex Pond.
With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams Contracting, LLC are general and restoration contractors.
I was gonna play that up and like, hey, Dave got been thinking about this Joe Pack.
All right, 2:25 remaining here, and left in the fourth quarter. Teague facing 4th down and 34 from their own 20. Lorena's up 27-13. Here we go. They're going to actually kick it away. Almost blocked. Wobbly, spiraling kick. Going to bounce at the 39. Take a Lorena bounce back to the 30-yard line and will be killed there. So Lorena will start at the Teague 30 with 2:16 remaining. Got to think they're probably content here to just run this clock out. But Jared, we're talking about Joe Pack, player of the game during the break. Thoughts on that?
I mean, there's kind of an obvious answer, and then if you've watched, especially this defense tonight, seen a couple guys really flying around, doing everything they can to slow down this Teague running attack. So I've certainly seen some guys on defense that I think are more than deserving of the award. So it's always nice for the defensive guys to get some credit.
Bradley Lina gives it to Brim up the middle, 25-20. He looks like he's going to be free, 15-10, knocked down around the 6-yard line. And that's going to be 1st and goal to go now with 2:08 remaining before here and left in the fourth quarter. Lorena up 27-13.
And I think AJ must have heard us talking about giving that Joe Pack player of the game to a defensive player and wants to throw his hat in the ring for that award.
He's been running hard tonight. He would not be a bad choice. Did have a 5-touchdown performance a couple of weeks ago against Franklin. Lina and Brim in the backfield, ball spotted at the 7. They stand just outside the 10. 15 seconds on the play clock. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. They're letting that sucker run all the way down. 1:36 left in the game. Now they hand it off to Brim, looking for the end zone. Barrels inside the 5. He'll make about the 3. 1:27 left on the clock. 1:24, 1:23. Play clock is yet to start running. Got to think this is going to be one of the last couple of plays in the game unless Teague decides to burn a timeout. Play clock is still not started. Now it does with 1:07 left.
And if it's just the play clock's just now starting, you still got over 30 seconds left with a minute left to play. I think you almost just can
put a kneel.
Can line up in Coach Biles' favorite formation, the victory formation, and take a knee and get out of here.
So the coaches, everybody just kind of standing around right now as the Leopards.
Yeah, I think they'll just take it. Lina will take a knee, and that'll be all she wrote.
They're going to hand it to Brim. 10, 5, touchdown. A.J. Brim on the 3-yard scamper will give the Leopards another score. 30 seconds to remain in the ballgame. Thoughts?
And that's great to see, because I guarantee the guys that don't get the credit, the offensive line, they celebrate those rushing touchdowns. And it's nice to see their hard work rewarded by Brim getting in the end zone tonight. So fantastic job by the Lorena offensive line. All those guys, James Dixon, Zach Tier, Jacob Turley, Chris Baker, Kylan Bernardi, just phenomenal job tonight.
30 seconds left on the clock here in the fourth quarter play. Lorena up 33-13. Lina back on the kick now for his first extra point of the game, and it's right through the middle. That'll bring our score to 34-13. So barring a big play here right before the end of the ball game, Lorena's going to leave this game with a 3-touchdown win at homecoming over Teague.
David, if we're keeping it here, I can try to give some updates on some other games in the area. Looks like down the road in Robinson, the Rockets are up 27-19, about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter there. Conley opening up big over Gatesville, 43-15. Palestine's taking the lead in the fourth quarter over Fairfield, 43-35. Madisonville up big on Navasota, 43-21. Salado edging out Taylor, 24-21 with about 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Want to go ahead and jump in here real quick, Jared. That last touchdown of A.J. Brim brought to you by Williams Contracting, LLC, specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. That's Williams Contracting, LLC. Also, that extra point brought to you by Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt. Service you deserve from neighbors you trust. That's Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt. So Leopards with the ball spotted at the 40-yard line. They stand at the 35. Ty Moore Runs towards the ball, kicks, long, deep kick, going to be into the end zone and bounce out. No time off the clock, so Teague takes over with 30 seconds left and 20 at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think Leopards got off to a slow start tonight. We're able to kind of weather that storm, and they've really done a phenomenal job. Really, all 11 guys on defense tonight done a great job. Not so much necessarily stopping the Teague running attack, but just containing it when they need to, getting the big stop when they need to, and then coming up with a big sack on big third down plays. So really phenomenal job by all 11 guys. All 11 guys tonight. I think my vote right now would go to one of those guys for the Joe Pack player of the game.
All right, we will, and when that clock expires, we'll make that final decision. So here we go, 30 seconds left in the game. We're going to hand it off. That's breaks the 35, 40, 45, 50, run out of bounds. Actually, breaks the tackle, stays in bounds. Now run out of bounds at the 37-yard line by Dalen Browder. That was Namir Herod on the carry. So 18 seconds left in the ball game, and the ball spotted in Lorena territory at the 36-yard line. So let's see, what would that be? 25 and 14, a 39-yard carry there by Herod on first down. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds, so 18 seconds left. Bodine, the quarterback, looking to throw, steps up, launches the ball downfield, well overthrown, incomplete. Nearest intended receiver was Satterwhite, and he stood about the 10 when that ball hit the ground at the 1.
Yeah, Jordan Jackson really got through and put pressure on Bodine, forcing the overthrow to Satterwhite.
So do we have a situation where we can play here? Okay, great. 11 seconds remaining in the football game. I want to thank our sponsors again tonight. Of course, Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond, our lead sponsor this season, as well as Billy Kelly's CPA, sponsoring our scoreboard, honoring his mom, Gail Kelly. Bodine stands at the 36. Maybe a couple more plays here. Under a lot of pressure by Migna, who's going to try to run, can't get away from Mitka. Ball comes out, and the officials are going to blow it dead back around the 36-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Jordan Jackson got in there and stripped the ball, but it was forward progress had been stopped, and they've blown the whistle.
So that actually runs out the final 11 seconds as the teams meet at midfield and begin to shake hands. Your Lorena Leopards are victorious on homecoming. 34-13 is the score over Teague. We'll go ahead and take a break here from the booth, come back and talk about the game. You're listening to the Lorena Leopards broadcast of
Estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly, CPA, and the Dutton Harrison Company, CPAs, PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
Welcome back into Leopard Field. The press box here, Jerry Brown with me, David Gibson. Ben Huey on stats tonight. Clay Gibson's been running the soundboard. And Knox Gunn up top, on top of the press box, running the camera. Lorena wins homecoming. And they've cut the scoreboard. 37-14, I believe, is the final. Am I making that up? No. 34-14. 34-14. 13, excuse me, 21 points. And the teams have shaken hands at midfield and are going to take that time to take a knee. And so a little bit of a sloppy game tonight, but nobody got hurt as far as we can tell, and the Leopards come out on top. So it's that time of the game where we need to decide our Joe Pack player of the game. Before we do, I want to thank Billy Rutherford for sponsoring the broadcast, and particularly this award, the Joe Pack Player of the Game Award, honoring his late friend and former teammate, Joe Pack. I know the Pack family appreciated that and were touched by that gesture on Billy Rutherford's behalf, and so we want to thank Billy for that. And Jared, we talked during the break, we felt like it needed to be obviously AJ had a good game on offense, Ty had a good game on offense, Bradley played well, but really with the nature of the running attack and those things with Teague, we felt like how they contained it should be a defensive player, and we've come up with one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we called his name seemingly all night. He didn't necessarily make a ton of solo tackles, made a few, had a huge pass deflection, and then also, like I think you mentioned earlier, his defensive teammates set one of the, I think it was Amir Harrod up on a tee, and really came in and made a fantastic tackle, and really looked, you know, I think the award needs to go to junior linebacker Callan Weaver, number 42, just flying all over the field tonight, always around the ball, and that's what you want to see from your linebackers, just being around the ball, getting off blocks, and making those tackles.
So, you know, Callan, so it killed our stream, but we're back here to kind of wrap up the show, and we were talking about Callan Weaver in the game that he had being the Joe Pack Award. We just want to finish up those thoughts for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about earlier, you know, Coach Bowles coming into this season said there were a lot of, you know, with a younger group of kids, a lot of them had played under the Thursday night lights, but the Friday night lights seemed to shine a little bit brighter, and so Callan's one of those young men, really stepping into his role well, and just was all over, in and around the ball all night. So not necessarily making the tackle, but in on those gang tackles, had a huge pass breakup that really, if he doesn't make that play, Teague receiver's wide open, could have run for a long time, and then just really, you know, got the linebacker's dream where running back got held up by some of the other Lorena defenders, and he was able to come in and really lay a good solid tackle down. So just a great game overall by Callan tonight. You know, very deserving of the award. Like I said, just in and around the ball. Not always going to show up on the stat sheet, but just when you're calling his name over and over and over again, every time you look up, you see 42 around the ball, which is, you know,
right, for
me, an easy decision, especially on a night like tonight where they held Teague to 13 points, even though Teague seemed to be able to run the ball at will.
So a game where the Leopards weren't quite as sharp, but they're sharp enough to win at homecoming, and that's what counts. We're going to enter the district season, Jared, at 3-1, and I'll be honest, I after watching the China Spring game, wasn't sure exactly where our ceiling was, but now you get this sense that, you know what, we have the chance to really be right up there again, trying to defend that district championship.
No question. I think, like, now that you've seen, even I kind of throw out the first half of the China Spring game and look at really what the second half of that game. Leopards played real well. Defense played great. Defense played great against a very good running team in Franklin. And then last week they go down to Lampasas, you know, a top 10 team in 4A, and a you know, as Coach said before the game, a kid that's passed for over 6,000 yards, has passed for 65 touchdowns, and we're able to come out on top with a 1-point win. So the defense has shown they can play against running teams, they can play against passing teams, and so now they got to kind of put it all together as we get ready to start this really tight and quality district race in 8-4A.
So if you're just joining us, which hopefully you're not, the Leopards win tonight at homecoming, 34-13. And we have awarded Callan Weaver the Joe Pack Award Player of the Game. We look forward to district play beginning next week, and where the Leopards will try to defend that district championship. I want to thank Jared Brown for stepping in this evening. As Jared, we enjoyed having you in your booth. Really appreciate it.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, David. Certainly enjoy watching the Leopards get a win, and just getting to share this booth with you and Ben tonight has been a blessing, and I hope I'll have the chance to come back and do it again sometime.
You bet. Well, we're glad to have you. We look forward to that opportunity. So we're going to go ahead and call the night here in the booth. The Leopards win 34-13 at homecoming, 3-1 on the season. We'll be back next Friday night on the road at Fairfield as we start district play. The game will start at 7:30 p.m. That'll be a heck of a test to start off the district season. You are listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN. For everybody here in the booth, good night.
You've been listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. And by Billy Kelly, CPA, and the Dutton Harris Company CPAs, PLLC. Focused on meeting the needs of small and independent businesses. By Williams Contracting, LLC, specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. By Walk-In Tubs of Texas, for safety, for therapy, for pleasure. pleasure. By Toby's Autos, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. By Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service. Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, service you deserve from neighbors you trust. And by the Joe Pack Player of the Game Award, sponsored by Billy Rutherford in honor of his late friend and teammate Joe Pack. Go Big Red. From all of us at CTSN, good night.